Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Nocturnal Nerdcast, Pop Culture in the Dark, the best late night show you're ever going to find in the entire universe. I can guarantee it. There's nothing better than this. It's the best one. Welcome, everyone. We have some people sitting in the green room. We're going to be bringing them up, special guests tonight. I want to thank everybody in the chat for being here. We have some channel members here. What's up, Harrison? Good to see you. If you would like to become a channel member to support the channel, you can do that by hitting the join button. You get custom badges, emojis, early access, a lot of fun stuff. The emotes are worth it. What's up, South Texas Shark? Good to see you. Hey, Naruto, good to see you as well. Everybody else, good to have you here. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to bring up one of our panelists now. Let's see if he's AFK or not. He might be. Darren is here. Are you there? Did you fall asleep? Darren, be quiet if I have the best podcast on YouTube. There we go. There we go. We also have in the house, Joe is here.
Hello.
Good to see you, Joe. I've noticed that you were enjoying that little tip I gave you about how to clip stuff in videos. I was
yes.
It's a really useful tool. Really useful.
That was handy. I mean, I've been using StreamYard for years. Is that a new feature? Or has that always been there?
I don't know how new it is, but it's not old. It's probably at least, I would say probably four to 5 months old now.
Okay.
I want to do that.
Okay.
They just added a teleprompter, which is kind of cool. So if you go over to the notes tab on your, you can't see it here, but on the notes tab, you can make your own little script and it'll teleprompt on your screen. That's kind of cool. I don't really need it, but some people probably can find it useful. That's kind of cool. We have a bunch of really interesting topics. Oddly enough, Andy Muschietti had an interview where he talked about the Flash movie. We're going to talk about that. I guess he's trying to tell people that it's a good movie and stop hating it so much. So we'll see what he has to say about that. Possibly a Black Professor X. I don't know if I believe that or not, but we're going to read the quote and see what that's all about. We heard some information about whether or not Mark Ruffalo's Hulk would have ruined Captain America 4. So there's a lot of random quotes today. And some Green Lantern stuff and a few other things. But yeah, look, Chris says, I disagree with him, but subjectively. Yeah, it is what it is. Jasmine said, thoughts on the penultimate episode of Gen V. I know Darren's watching Gen V. Joe, you're watching it, right? We've talked about this before.
I haven't been watching it. I saw like the first 2 or 3 episodes of season 1 and didn't really go back.
Okay, that's weird. My camera in the backyard detected motion. Let me see what it was. Could be some sort of creature. It is a creature. It's one of our outdoor cats. So there we go. So this time of year, we really like to have our windows open because it's really nice. We get a cool breeze through the house. And our indoor cats tend to communicate with the outdoor cats. So a lot of times they hang out around the windows with each other and talk. So I think that's what's happening here. Yeah, I saw this. Ace Frehley. Yeah, it's like we're in that age group where people are just like dying. It's really sad. Like, people from like when we grew up that we listened to they're all dropping off. So it's really sad. Cody says you definitely should give Gen V another go.
My take on the Boys universe, and I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate the Boys universe, but I feel like they were going for shock value.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not a person who's easily offended. In fact, it's pretty hard to offend me. But it just seemed like they were always trying to up themselves on like we gotta have another thing that's gonna have everyone go like, what? Like,
I think the Boys does that more than Gen V. I don't think Gen V does it quite as much as the Boys does, in my opinion. I like Gen V a lot more than the Boys. I'm not a huge fan of the Boys. Yeah, R.I.P. D'Angelo too. Yeah, I saw that. That was like earlier the week, I think. It's crazy.
D'Angelo, Beverly D'Angelo?
No, just it's an artist named D'Angelo. Just one name. Yeah.
Okay.
It's an R&B artist.
And Drew Struzan. We lost Drew Struzan.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah. Wow. But yeah, Gen V's penultimate episode came out. It revealed. Look, everybody in the chat. I want to say this: the reveal was very obvious to me. I don't know if it's because I've watched so much television that I just figured it out really early, without spoiling it or whatever. But yeah, it's one of those things where I pretty much figured it out as soon as we knew that another person was around. I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely some sort of like switcheroo situation. So I figured it out pretty early on. We were just waiting for them to tell us. Honestly though, I would have been more surprised if it wouldn't have been what we wanted it to be. But yes, it is predictable, but it's enjoyable. Yes. So I will agree with that. My biggest criticism, I know you said yours is like the shock value thing. My biggest criticism of the boys universe is when they try to blend modern day things with their world that doesn't make sense to me. I think we've talked about this before. Maybe you weren't on when I talked about it, but like you think about the boys, right? Everything is an allegory until it's not. So like there are characters that exist who are supposed to be like people we have in our world, but they're other people. So like, would someone like Alex Jones exist in the world of the boys if you have Firecracker? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Why would those people exist if they're the same? They essentially are the same people. So they mentioned AOC, they mentioned like Zendaya. Well, we know that all of the big stars in the boys' world are soups. So is Zendaya supposed to be a soup in their world? Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I think too hard about it and it kind of ruins it for me. So
it's like Howard the Duck. In Howard the Duck, he's got those movie posters behind him,
right.
And they've got the names of like actors from Earth,
right?
But they've been duckified,
right?
So then he comes to Earth,
right?
So it begs the question: somewhere on Earth, was there a guy named Howard the Human?
Yes,
who got transported to Duck World?
That's actually a very deep way of thinking about that movie. I don't think I've ever thought about that before, but that is true. That's one of my, I love the soundtrack to that movie. That's one of my favorite soundtracks from that era. It's just so funny. A lot of 80s, not to get off on a tangent, but I miss like the 80s era and early 90s where soundtracks were like songs about the movies. They don't really do that anymore. Like Ghostbusters and stuff like that. They don't really do that anymore.
I did ask Leah Thompson once at a convention. Mm-hmm. She married director Howard Deutsch. Mm-hmm. And I asked her if she ever sang the Howard the Duck song to him, but changed the lyrics to Howard the Deutsch. And she said she never did, but she was going to start now.
Oh, my God. Jeez. Cal Roswell is a channel member for 21 months. Thank you, Cal, for sticking in there for almost 2 years. Right? No. Yeah, almost 2 years. Almost. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm doing good. We had D&D tonight. I know a lot of people are mad because D&D includes gay people, so I guess everybody should be mad about that. I don't know. People were like talking about D&D, and I'm like, what is looking at pictures of gay people going to make you want to suck dick or something? I don't know. Like, I don't understand it myself. But anyway, good night. We did D&D. I DM'd, and my story is really, really good. It's a pirate adventure. So I've got him out in the ocean. There was a giant hydra that attacked the ship. 5 heads that regrow because of Marvel and Hydra, and that's what made me make that creature. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Good night. How about you guys? By the way, Darren, you just came back from being AFK.
Sorry, I'm back. Okay. I'm here.
That's all right. That's all right. How are you doing tonight?
Not too bad. Pretty good night.
Yeah.
I'm going on like 3 hours of sleep, but not bad.
I didn't sleep a lot either. So I honestly, I was stressed out because so much stuff has been happening this week. So I didn't sleep a lot last night. I will probably sleep pretty well tonight, but I didn't sleep well last night. But I had a million things to do. I had a million adulting things to do, and I hate adulting. I'm the worst adult. So I'm like sitting around going, yeah, I've got to do all of these things, but I don't want to do them because I just want to play video games. So anyway, that's my rant for the day. What did you think of the Gen V penultimate episode? Somebody asked, just in general, what are your thoughts right now?
Haven't watched yet. I've been busy.
How have I seen that and you haven't? How does that happen?
I'm late. I know. It's been a crazy couple of days.
Yeah. Anyway, so before we get into our topics, I have a special announcement.
Oh.
Very
Okay.
special announcement. Wait, I'm dancing in front of myself. Hold on a second. I don't want to. No, I've got a special announcement. So starting in November, I'm going to be doing a weekly contest. No, weekly, not weekly. What am I talking about? Monthly contest. All right. Where we will be using the leaderboard of the chat. We got that leaderboard now. It doesn't seem to serve any purpose really other than to tell someone that they've talked the most. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be giving away an early piece of merch from my shop before it comes out to one person who is in that group of the top 3 leaderboards throughout the duration of the month. Okay. So let me explain how it's going to work for everybody because it's really complicated. I'm trying to make it really complicated. It's like one of those games on your phone. If you are in the Nerdcast at any point, either Mondays or Thursdays through the month of November, and you are in the top 3 of the leaderboard, you will be entered into the contest automatically. You don't have to do anything. You just have to participate in the chat. If you want to do super stickers, super chats, whatever, you can. There's lots of ways to get points, right? And you don't have to do anything. You can just chat and you can do it, right? I love your hair. That is amazing.
Thank you.
And the new glass, the new frames. There we go. You just chat, you get into the top 3, and you are automatically entered. I will write down the top 3 names each stream for both my Reloaded and my Debunks channel. And if you are number 1, your name gets entered twice. If you're 2 and 3, your name gets entered once for both of those, right? It's backwards. It's backwards world. Either way, if you are in the top 3, you get entered into the contest. And then at the beginning of the next month, I will spin the wheel with all the names in it from the contest on screen. Like you guys will do it at the beginning of the stream. I'll spin the wheel with everybody's name on it. And whichever name it lands on gets an early piece of that merch before it comes out. And 2 additional prizes that I'm not going to talk, like they'll just be things that I send out with that. So like you'll get that directly from me. And I'll probably do that once a month, every month. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It doesn't cost anything to do it. Like if you just want to chat and get in the leaderboard that way, you can. If you want to do things like super stickers, super chats, you can do that, but it's not necessary. You don't have to. There's no get like paywall for it because YouTube doesn't allow that. So it's not required.
I will say super chats help that XP up. So like if you want to get top of the leaderboard, super chatting does get you there.
Yeah, I do. I realize that, but then some people are very quiet and they only super chat, and I think those go to the top first, right? Like the ones. So, but you don't have to. The point is, if you want to just chat a lot and get your points that way, you can. So it doesn't cost anything to play. But we'll start that in November. I will show off the first merch. It's going to be an exclusive design. It's not going to be just text. Like they're literally designs that we're doing. So it'll be an exclusive design. I will sign the shirt, whichever you get, whether it's a t-shirt or a sweater or whatever. I will sign that. I'll throw 2 extra little fun things in there, and I will ship it off to you each time we get a winner. So, Chris says, "Oh damn! I just noticed your beard is gone, Darren."
The beard and the hair
Just
got
noticed.
trimmed. Yeah,
just notice.
I like starting fresh in like the fall. So by like the cold of winter, I got a big nice beard and long hair to keep my head and face warm.
When I went and got my beard done, I do it twice a month. Once I do like a big thing, and then I do like a smaller like cleanup or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm getting mine done on Monday, so it'll be nice and fresh on Monday. But I told them I was like, let it grow out a little bit because in the wintertime I like to give it a little bit of length or whatever. Mm-hmm. The last 2 times she's cut it very short, and I'm like, I told you I don't want you to cut it short. I just want you to clean it up a little bit. I've had a beard since 2011. I have not shaved my beard since 2011. Wow. It's pretty crazy. Pretty fucking crazy. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to get, by the way, the bonus topic for tonight is going to be top 5 worst series / season finales.
Oh boy.
So it can be a series finale or a season finale. Yeah, it can be one or the other. Series / season finales.
You just made it easier. I was struggling coming up with I mean, I got 5 series finales, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have any alternates. If somebody has one of these,
it can be a season finale too. So if it's like season 4 of a show or something like that, you can include it. It just has to be a finale.
Okay.
So that's the bonus topic for tonight. Cameron coming through with a $1 super chat donation. Thank you, Cameron. We're only doing 5 for the month of October. I pretty much decided. We're halfway through the month. We've been doing 5 each week. We're just going to do 5. So it's easy for you guys to reach the goal. So it'll be a lot of fun. I actually got to come up with some choices over there too. Look who has arrived. Lance is in the building with a tank top on.
My goodness.
He's trying to summon Paigey, I think. I actually spoke to Paigey today, matter of fact.
Oh, what's he up to?
He sent me a really dirty meme as usual.
That he did.
So he's still not. He's not doing content anymore. I take it.
Someone is like 5 months. He hasn't uploaded anything on his channel. We have Ronan here as well. What is up, Ronan?
What's up, y'all?
Good to see you.
Oh, Ronan, you're looking really.
Wait, hold on.
Horrible joke.
What are you doing, Lance?
I don't want to say it.
No, actually, I'm going to tell you all a funny story about Paigey here in a second after you read the super chat. So it's a $2 super chat from Cameron. So I've been grieving for D'Angelo for the past 3 days. Yeah, look, I also read somewhere that, and this is for people that don't know music, they probably have no idea. And I don't even know if Lance does because Lance only listens to like Christian rock. But we
what? Christian rock.
Yeah. Newsboys, whatever the hell that shit is. I don't know. Kirk Franklin, Stomp. I don't know. Even though Kirk Franklin's in trouble now for twerking in the Bahamas, but it's fine. It's whatever. Yeah, but D'Angelo, who said that he missed Angie Stone and he was having a hard time dealing with that. So, yeah.
Same thing that took Chadwick out, took him out.
Yeah, Creed, LMFAO. Yeah, I know. Can you take me higher?
That pancreatic cancer ain't no joke.
Yeah, it's crazy. Lance got the naked guns.
I'll go put on a shirt. But I was gonna say Ronan looking very majestic today.
What?
Majestic. Cool.
Majestic.
That's not what you're gonna say. I don't know what
I feel like you replaced I think there was another word and you were just like replacing it with majestic. Ronan looks like he's gonna go out for a long drive. Call you a trucker? That's crazy.
I kind of love the trucker look. I'm like,
so right. I order my contacts are super expensive, right? I have contacts. They're super, super expensive. So I found a place overseas that I order them from that I can get them a lot cheaper and I don't have to go through insurance or anything like that. But the fucking tariffs have tripled the price for me to order them, which makes them more expensive than the already expensive ones that I was trying not to buy in the first place. So I told Paigey, I was like, I'm going to ship my contacts to you, and then you just send them to me like you're sending a gift. That way I don't have to pay tariffs on it. And he was like, okay, yeah, that'll work. So Naruto says you missed my super chat. Did I?
Tariffs.
Yeah. I didn't miss it, but we'll go ahead and read it now. Naruto's a $5 super chat. I was kind of saving it. Like in the season 1, the speech Homelander gives after the plane crash is word for word George Bush's 9/11 speech. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. The Boys, to me, was supposed to be allegorically our world, but with superheroes.
It's been that way. I, even me not having seen it, I had always heard that Garth Ennis, the comic, was always based on the Bush administration and how like surveillance and the Patriot Act and all that nonsense.
Yeah. And I know we're coming up on the end of it. Like we have one more season, and I feel like Homelander has to die. Homelander has to die in this season, in the last season. I can't imagine that character continuing on into the spinoffs. Like that just doesn't.
I can. You want to know
Either
why?
way.
Well, dang it, Darren hasn't seen it, but I mean, wait, no, I can't. No, we can't say it because Darren, you saw, you know what she did to her sister, right?
Like, what? Like brought her back? Yeah.
You can't have a character this powerful and just like come on now, if she really wants to, if Butcher indeed does bite the bullet from his cancer or whatever he has, and she just shows up and says, you know what, never mind, come back. Yeah, like you can't have a character. I think it was a mistake to make her that powerful because like now if anything dumb happens, like people are just gonna be like, just have Marie fix it.
So I do daily contacts. I don't like to do extended wear. I do dailies. So I do a fresh pair every day. So it's usually about $180 for a 6-month supply. When I order them from overseas, it's over $200 and some when I order them here through insurance. However, with the tariffs, it's like $300 and some overseas.
Don't get
So
me
it doesn't
started.
it just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. It doesn't make any sense.
My oldest just lost her glasses, and I just got done yelling at her because we just got them 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah, don't get me started.
We got Jake is in the building. What's up, Jake?
Oh,
What are you wearing?
Who invited him?
Oh,
He's wearing
no.
white Spider-Man, of course.
Oh yeah,
It's a trilogy shirt. Here, look
that
at it.
tracks. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump into our first topic. Let me go ahead and pull this up here.
Power Rangers.
Hell no.
Flash.
You got a whole show about that. Go over and watch that.
Yeah,
yeah.
you were supposed to join.
How can I join? I haven't watched all the seasons. What purpose?
We're only on Zio, so you can watch the episodes we're on.
Oh, okay.
God, I
Okay.
thought Lance was shirtless for a second.
He is.
You wish. You wish.
I do wish.
Oh, you like black?
What is
black
with the
meat?
gooning this in the chat today? Holy shit on the panel. All right, so here we go. And I'm sure that Joe is going to love this because Joe loves this movie. So
I already responded to the tweet.
did you? It says Andy Muschietti reflects on the mixed reception to The Flash. A lot of people did not see it, but you know how things are these days. People don't see things, but they like to talk shit about it.
Oh
And
boy.
Joe, we talked about this a little bit on your show, where it's like if as many people saw the movie as they talk shit about it, then it would have been a successful movie. They like to jump on bandwagons. They don't really know. People are angry for reasons that are unrelated to these things. Of course, we had a publicity crisis with Ezra. That is undeniable, which I think everybody agrees that that's one of the issues. And I'm not questioning that. But yeah, we love the movie, and actually, we really recommend it.
I mean, props to this guy for taking the movie to the finish line because it was a mangled mess by the time he got a hold of it. So
yeah, I give him props for that. Yeah,
I don't like this movie. I'm not a fan of it, but I don't blame Andy.
I heard it was
I
your
mean-
favorite, Darren.
I mean,
like that's what you told me.
I mean,
You said
hell,
Ezra was
I'll-
your favorite Flash.
I mean, hell, I'll say this, and like I've said it to Ronan and Darren. I think this is. I'm not saying this movie doesn't have issues. It certainly does, but I think its actual strong points are not typically talked about because of the amount of issues it does have. Like, you know, yes, does it have some very muddy CGI at multiple spots? Sure.
I disagree with that.
That's the surface level stuff. Like that's very niche. And really, when you look at the story they're adapting Flashpoint, as soon as they get into the time travel, they kind of take the story in the beat for beat, if you think about it. Because they recruit an older Batman, they rescue a Kryptonian, Barry gets struck by lightning twice, and they fight in a superpowered war. So they loosely play fast and loose with Flashpoint there a little bit. And, you know, the stuff between Barry and his mom, is it as good as what the show did? No, not necessarily, but I think it still lands. And, you know, as somebody who, you know, lost a very prominent parental figure that raised me when I was young, that really resonates with me. So I was able to connect with the emotional bits. And, you know, seeing Keaton back, that kind of felt like another version of No Way Home for me, where like it was another childhood hero of mine coming back. So I'll give credit where credit is due. The movie has problems, things I won't excuse, but I think there are a lot of strong points.
So you weren't a fan of the CGI and the VFX? That was kind of one of your big things, or no?
So it definitely looked pretty muddy at points. I will say the part where he runs to Gotham, that looked great. And I was never really visually impressed in the movie after that, where, especially in the third act, it was very, very messy.
I want to hear Joe's rebuttal to that because you said you disagree. So I'm curious what you have to say about that.
Yeah, first of all, you know, I love this movie. I think it's one of the top 10 best superhero movies of all time. I think it is probably the second best DC movie of all time. I think the best DC movie of all time is Shazam. This is probably number 2.
Do you just have a thing for guys in red with lightning bolts?
Maybe. I would actually describe this as a perfect film. Like I really struggle to think of one negative thing to say about it. Now, when I did see it the first time, I thought some of the CGI was terrible. But then the VFX artist came out and said that was an intentional choice.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I absolutely believe it, and I'll tell you why. They said it was a choice because they wanted to show what Barry sees in the Speed Force. Now, if you think about that, when you're traveling at super speed, it makes sense that he wouldn't see everything super sharp and that it would be kind of blurry and weird to him because he's traveling at such an unnatural speed. And I think what backs that up is there isn't a single bad CGI shot in this film when he's not in the Speed Force. Like the beginning scene with Batman and the rescuing the guy on the bridge, that looks great.
Almost every cameo in the third act has bad CGI.
Even I was like,
that was in the Speed Force.
And then I went, oh.
But that was in the Speed Force.
Right. You said that there's no cameo. You said that there's no CGI in the Speed Force.
Well, wasn't it proven, Joe? Didn't you bring it up? We talked about this, that some of those are not CGI. They're just like footage that wasn't.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much none of them were CGI. Now, they did use some CGI to manipulate them. And I think that was the thing. They wanted them to deliberately look a little weird because they were in the Speed Force. Because it's been come out. It's come out that was archival footage of Christopher Reeve. Helen Slater and Nicolas Cage went in and shot their scenes, and Nicolas Cage even said he thought it looked weird. He's like, I was there, and that wasn't.
That's
really
crazy that Nick shot his scene. I would guarantee that looked like.
Okay, well, you can't tell me that that's archival footage of Adam West because his Batman is missing his ears. You can only make that kind of mistake with CGI.
Yeah, and
again, but that's the point. They were trying to make it look unreal.
I'll say that
if
that was his choice, that's his choice.
But
Eric, you lend him your context to Barry so we could like enhance that like visual because even me, I was having fun with the movie. I was having fun. Then I went, oh no.
Well, hang on 1 second though, because you said again that's just an excuse they made, but I don't believe that holds water, because whenever they weren't in the Speed Force,
let Joe cook everybody. Let him.
No, whenever they weren't in the Speed Force, the CGI in this movie is great. The only weird scenes are when they're in the Speed Force or when Barry's. You're seeing things from Barry's perspective, like the babies. That's the only time the CGI looks weird.
We weren't seeing the babies from his perspective at first, though. We were just seeing babies. When he put the baby in the microwave, that was just us seeing a baby. The suit
he was moving
rubbery and fake
at super speed, though.
Still, that's not gonna. That's no excuse to make things look like claymation. Because in the show, when we saw stuff from his perspective on a TV budget, it did not look like weird off claymation.
Okay. Yeah, but they weren't making that choice.
I'm saying they can't, but my whole thing is I can understand if they came out with that before they saw people complaining, but they didn't say, oh, that was supposed to be like that on purpose until weeks after the film had got torn to hell.
I think the VFX artists were just stretched thin.
Which is not a surprise.
Even if your logic stands, which let's play on that, and again, sure. I definitely respect it.
We love Joe.
I still don't like it. Even if it was all done on purpose and that was the plan, I still think that would have been a bad decision.
So you're saying aesthetically, even if it was done on
even
purpose,
aesthetically, I think it looks bad in my opinion, and I don't want to take.
And that's a fair criticism. That's a fair criticism because. Yeah, if you like what you like, you don't like what you don't like. But I don't think it's fair to say these guys were making it up and just saying that as an excuse when every other scene, the scenes involving Batman, the scene at the final battle, Supergirl, all her stuff, that stuff all looked great.
I agree, Chevany. I thought Sasha Calle was actually
she was. Thank God, she was in the movie.
Her and Keaton were the best parts.
Yeah, and again, the movie has its charm here and there.
The movie was an uphill battle for me because I don't like Ezra Miller in this role. So right away, I got to go in and compromise on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially since there's two of them.
I'll let Joe finish, but like, yeah, I have my thoughts on this film, and it's just
All right.
like it's fascinating.
Yeah, Joe, do you have anything else to add, or
Not really. I just thought this was a perfect film. I would put this top 10 superhero movies I've ever seen.
Respectfully, it wouldn't even be in my top 25. Respectfully,
Not in my top
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I'm not saying there's any, like, everybody has their own taste.
yeah.
Yes,
I
of course,
just
yes.
I just don't think this movie for me
Yeah.
delivered the way I wanted it to, and a lot of that honestly has to do with Ezra Miller, and I know that's bad, but I just don't like him in this role. And I think he was in this movie, if I'm going to give him any credit, it's going to be Young Barry. I think Young Barry was the better of the two characters, the more interesting of the two characters. But Keaton for me and Sasha were the standout in the film. And the problem is, in general, whether you like Ezra or not, Ezra is actually a really good actor, like in other things. I think Ezra was miscast as Barry Allen.
Agreed.
I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even say he was miscast. The scripts he got were bad. He was bad.
Yeah.
The direction he received was terrible, in my opinion. Trying to basically make him the Tom Holland of the Justice League by having him be one of the youngest members and making him almost, for lack of, basically trying to make it seem like he's somewhat on the spectrum and awkward and stuff. That's not Barry Allen.
No,
You could do the whole awkward nerdy thing. Grant Gustin got that down to a T. You could do the whole awkward nerdy thing, but still make him smart.
And those were Wally characteristics. But
exactly
with Ezra's thing, he wasn't given bad scripts outside of Zack Snyder's Justice League, honestly, because the whole awkward, quirky bit, that was a lot of Whedon influence, and that carried over into the 2023 movie, because in the Snyder Cut, he is marginally less awkward and obnoxious. He's, not just the dorky doofus that's screwing everything up in the end. He's actually a competent superhero.
Can I, Joe, I'm also going to let you go, Joe, because I know you have something to say, but I just want to put this out there. Part of what I think made the movie bad for me, or worse than what I would have expected it to be, was the hype before the movie came out. This is why I've said, like, a lot of times overhyping of a film ruins it for people. And I hate that it did that for me, because I would have probably gone in and been a little bit more relaxed on my viewing experience. But I was told by several people that this is like monumental and it's life changing or whatever. I don't think you should say that about any movie coming out. You know what I mean? I just don't think anybody should say that.
Like, they got so many celebrities to go out and say that it was good.
Yeah.
At a CinemaCon, I'll never forget.
That's on me. It's on me too, because that's how I went into it. You know what I mean?
There's a quote that I that me and Taz had once where I said, this movie is either a masterpiece or everybody joined a cult. And everyone joined a cult, apparently.
I guess. Look, Joe has a much better perspective on it, and I wish I could get there. I just
due
can't.
respect, Joe. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But Joe, what were you going to say in rebuttal to me about Ezra being miscast? I think that's.
Well, actually, I think Jake said it for me. I don't think he was necessarily miscast. I think they had a different vision for who the character was, and I think he was well cast for what they wanted the Flash to be. It just wasn't. He was not playing Barry Allen from the comics. There's no two ways around it. He wasn't. I would argue Grant Gustin wasn't either. I don't think
not totally. You're right.
Neither was John Wesley Shipp. Wesley Shipp, honestly.
And he was the closest.
There was a lot of Wally West in here. They were calling him. I mean, not 100%.
Bit of Bart in there too.
There was a little bit of Bart in here. It's almost like he was an amalgam of all the Flashes. But and one more thing. I'm sorry, I don't want to take the stage too long. But one more thing I'll say real quick before I shut up.
Yeah. Everybody get their last bits in. We're gonna move on after this.
I do think there was another movie that came out this same summer, and I think that I did a whole video on how Flash was so much better than this other movie. But Across the Spider-Verse came out, and everybody praised Across the Spider-Verse, and I was like, that movie was literally what James Gunn called cameo porn. All these different versions of Spider-Man came in, and they really didn't do anything. They just kind of would show up, and you'd be like, there he is. Look, there's that one. Ultimately, I like that movie, but I kind of was like, oh my God, they're just sticking him up there to be there. But this movie, we got these cameos at the end, And I said, this is cameos done right.
They did
Because
so
they were only in there for like a minute. They didn't outlive their welcome. It wasn't like we're going to like overdo this. It was like they were there. They served a story purpose because it was to show the effects on the multiverse. And you couldn't do that without seeing the other universes. So they served a story purpose and they were in and out. And it was like they didn't overstay their welcome. It was just like, there they are. They serve their purpose and they're gone.
Well, can I rebut that a little bit? I think the point of the Spider-Verse movies was to connect a bunch of different Spider people together. That was the purpose of that film, right?
Right.
So, I mean, so I'm saying like I don't think they were meant to be cameos. I think they were supposed to be integral parts of the story.
I don't think they were in the second one though. The first one, absolutely.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
But I think that was the intention of the film was to
thematically.
Raising hand.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm going to rebuttal on that thing with the cameos because I had a problem with almost each and every one of them. The only one I didn't have an issue with as a cinephile, I thought the Nicolas Cage one was cool. Because like only 3% of the people watching the movie are going to get that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. You get to see him fight that spider that they threw into Wild Wild West, so it was cool. But I already said my aggravation with the Adam West one, how it's like completely missing the ears, which is the only kind of you can only make that mistake with CGI. I always have an issue whenever they try to puppet around dead actors because they did it with Christopher Reeve, again, Adam West, but also George Reeves' inclusion in this movie was incredibly fucked up given his story and the fact that they released this movie on the anniversary of his death. I also did not.
Oh, God.
But also, you look at
Brandon Routh was right there. He's alive. He's that character. Right there.
He plays the same character Christopher Reeve did. You could have easily used him. And then when you get to the whole Jay Garrick side of things, instead of using the actor who played Jay Garrick, or even the person who we thought was Jay Garrick, which wouldn't have made any sense, but that's who people thought it was, you just use the editor of the movie as the reference point for a CGI face as a Jay Garrick that's never appeared before, that we'll never see again, instead of just using archive footage of the other two live-action Barry Allens. Granted, one of them would be playing Jay Garrick, but again, you didn't have to have them come in and shoot anything. You had 9 seasons of footage you could have pulled from, and them saying that there's no room to include those two is a bold-faced lie when you look at what the movie did have.
But like I said, I'm grateful. I'm grateful they left Grant out of that movie. Like to save that appearance for a no offense, a better movie.
I mean, the real tea is that the name The Flash comes from Grant. That's how Ezra got the name for his character.
Crisis, yeah.
Incidentally, Tom Cruise was supposed to be the Jay Garrick in that scene.
What part did you know, Chris? I was curious what part he didn't know, but yeah, they just because everybody thought that Jay Garrick in that scene was Teddy Sears, but that wouldn't have made sense, and B, Teddy Sears himself confirmed it wasn't him.
So, from what I understand, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong about this, only because you guys seem to know a little bit more than I do about the film. Wasn't that part of the way they were trying to reset the DCEU was to do this in the Flash?
No.
Wasn't that the whole point of this?
There's set photos of Keaton.
Yeah, so this movie had multiple drafted endings.
Okay,
it had endings with Affleck, endings with Keaton, and then because they were going to have a Affleck Lost in Time, and they were going to do something kind of Final Crisis-esque, where you were going to have Keaton and Supergirl still in this new universe. That was Hamada's idea, but then George Clooney being included at the end of this movie is 100% on James Gunn.
All right. Anybody else have any last words? And we're getting some super chat.
I just move on. Point out the Ben Affleck Lost in Time thing was never verified. That came from unreliable scoopers like Grace Randolph. But we do know that this is supposed to bring Michael Keaton into the DCEU full time.
So the thing with me with this movie is that like this is since the comic came out, the 3rd, 4th adaptation of Flashpoint or attempt for a Flashpoint adaptation.
Yeah,
that's already like. Oh man, is that the only story we could tell about the Flash? And
the cartoon did it the best.
Yeah, the animated series. The animated film. Not bad.
I can't agree with that.
I would say
Joe doesn't like Flashpoint Paradox.
I would say Wade's Flash run is a way better story than Flashpoint.
Also, poor Michael Shannon. He said, "I don't know what the hell was doing in the movie, but they just like, all right, you want to show up for a few hours?" And
he didn't really seem like he knew what he was doing there.
He was like, "What are we like? I don't know what he's part of that." And like, kudos to them again. Whenever the cast was together, Ezra, Michael, and Sasha, I was like, "Okay, there's something here." but this should have been like this felt like a first draft that should have gone through like 2 more drafts or another draft.
I love how like everybody's in different positions.
And I had fun with it still.
I've got a whole and see, I'm like torn to a little bit because I have a whole collector set right over there off camera that you can't see of all 5 collector figures that they sold and a set for this movie, like all the 4x4 ones of Keaton's Batman, Sasha, Prime Barry, Young Barry, and what the fuck did they call it?
Dark Flash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the name. I almost said Savitar, but that's different. Reed, I will say, as a cinephile, I did like the Eric Stoltz joke. Not a lot of people would get that, but I appreciated that.
From the Back to the Future reference?
Yeah, I did appreciate that a lot.
The notion of the cameos, I still feel like, listen, Helen Slater still looks great. Just put in a suit, whatnot. Yeah. Right? Like the boy said, Brendan Routh is still alive, and he's still the same character.
John Wesley Shipp, you have
the one that's still been like that still baffling me that no one's reached out to her and be like, "Yo, you're a big part of DC history. Why don't you just show up for something that's related with the multiverse?" Is that out of all the folks that are now resting in peace, Linda Carter is still thriving alive.
Yeah,
and you telling me she couldn't fit in here and like
she was in Wonder Woman 84.
And that was like the best part, but that's the fucking end of the movie, and it's just like that's my point.
Yeah.
And
I mean, she would have shot it, but they would have CGI'd her because they were making the cameos at the reference point of what they were when they were popular.
Right.
But by the way, Eric, like I said the other night, low hanging fruit.
Oh, with like the
no. It was a topic we had off camera.
I remember that.
Low hanging fruit.
All right, we're gonna put a cap in that. We're gonna move on. We got some super chats here.
That should just be its own upload.
I didn't get anything to say.
You can say something after you super chats because I know you're just gonna agree with everybody else.
It's very Crash, Lance.
Wow.
Eric and Lance, have you read DCKO yet? I have not, but I'm going to.
I've got it in my books from Comic-Con. This whole critic thing is kind of taking up a lot of time.
It's such a rough life.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
No.
Did Jake just get up with no pants?
How did he get the
Hold on.
Emmett.
We're gonna
His
find
room
out.
always flips around. Like, what does he do in his spare time?
Rearranges furniture.
Jake's Lost Levels, Sunday, 7 p.m. Nobody watches, so I mean,
Jesus Christ.
That's hardcore.
Everybody tunes into Party Nation, so
wow.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't.
All right.
I don't think anybody tunes in the Pipeline either. So.
Okay.
Do you have hemorrhoids?
I'm probably gonna have neuropathy soon.
I thought you were sharing something. I blew you up on the screen. And I'm like, where'd you go?
I am. I just had to get it.
Oh.
Are you?
What is it?
No, I'm not. Not today.
Damn it.
But no, I was just showing these because they were right over here.
Sean, why are you walking like that? Like, what's in your shirt?
Oh.
That was not worth it.
Jesus.
The packaging looks terrible. Like,
did you pay full price?
So, full disclosure, I was only going to get this one.
Okay.
And then I was like, you know what? If I can find the rest of these, I'll get the whole set. I found the rest of them within a few minutes.
When did you buy them? When did you get them?
There we go.
This was like 2 years ago.
MVP.
The packaging looks terrible. You see my Superman images? I mean, my Superman toys? Yeah, they look infinitely better than that crap.
We got Paul coming in with a $5 super chat, which, by the way, we hit the goal in the Reloaded channel. Thank you guys so much. I'll put up a poll here in a second. Disney has made animation to live action. What do you think about Warner Brothers remaking the Arrowverse into movies, 5 episodes into one movie?
Beat this, Lance.
I don't know about this one.
Trash.
I don't know. Like, will we want to see like Arrowverse movies in animation?
Yes.
Is that something?
Yes.
I mean, I don't want them remaking
Think about the
them.
Vixen cartoon and stuff like that. Like, that's the kind of animation they probably
give us a big budget version of Crisis on Earth X.
Don't
long as
remake
it's-
them.
Big
As long-
budget. It's animation. It'd be cheaper.
As long as it's better than Freedom Fighters the Ray.
I
I
mean,
pay
I'd
money
love-
to hear Tom Cavanaugh say, "I'm gonna crack you open like a walnut."
I love a queen.
I would love Arrowverse movies, but don't remake that. Let's just make new Arrowverse movies to like.
You could
Will
finish
you be the
Legends.
story?
Finish Legends
Yeah.
as an animated movie. I'd be okay with
Yeah,
that.
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Will Darren star as Oliver Queen though? Because I
No.
heard Steven's not acting anymore, so
Oh, really?
Yeah, after that horrible reboot
Suits?
of Suits,
Yeah.
he gave up
I
acting.
blame him.
Yeah.
All his shows get canceled.
Yeah. Lone Wolf with the $2 super chat. Across the Spider-Verse deserves an Oscar, in my opinion.
Of course. Yeah. What did it lose to?
The Boy and the Heron, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That,
that's
that was a great movie, though. The Boy and the Heron was
yeah,
a great
yeah.
movie.
It was a tough year.
Animation has been getting progressively harder and harder as time goes on. We're
Every
getting
year,
so it's such good
It's like
stuff.
the best category. Yeah.
What did you watch this week? Got a $2 super chat from South Texas Shark. Gen V. I rewatched Peacemaker the whole season. Just to sort of. just wanted
I
to go
did
back
not
and
like the
double check
finale.
it.
Eric.
Most people didn't. Some people did. I think Joe liked it, right?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I
I
was
mean, it
proud that I
didn't change my world, but it was
Best
good.
episode of the season.
I was proud that I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
That's because Jake's racist and Peacemaker's black.
Jesus. All right. Let's see. What else did I watch this week? We're watching Loot is back on Apple TV. I love
What's
that
that?
show. It's a half-hour
Loot
comedy
Crate?
series. No, Loot, just
Oh.
Loot.
You should watch
The
Boston
morning
Look this
show.
week.
The morning show. I've been watching that. The Chair Company on HBO Max is really good.
I finished Yellowstone. That was a
Oh.
journey and
There you
fun.
go.
Go back to the
What
chair
else?
company.
Yeah, what about it?
The show about a chair company.
It is.
That is what the title suggests.
I mean, like, what
Good job,
do they
Lance.
do? Sell chairs?
It's a dark comedy mystery.
It's
about a
Tim.
chair
It's
company.
Tim Robinson. So
Yeah.
Oh, well, I
By
have
the
a
way,
show that you
Friendship
should watch
was the
this
funniest
week.
movie of the year.
No.
What
I
is
have a
it
show
called?
that everybody should watch. This new show that's starting tomorrow. It's a spinoff.
No.
You should watch Boston Blue tomorrow.
No.
Yes,
Um,
starring Donnie Wahlberg of New Kids on the Block.
Oh my
Feel it,
god.
feel it, feel it.
I will say for any
Step
fans of
by step.
for any
Ooh,
fans of
baby.
the Big Bang Theory universe, the new Georgie and Mandy season premiered today.
Oh man. Jose is a member for 9 months. Thank you, Jose. The stream makes me want to rewatch the Flash movie since the first time, and the only time I watched it was opening weekend in theaters.
Don't do it.
I saw it
Uh,
5 times in the theater.
Wow.
Thanks.
You
for
were
your
dedicated. Joe was dedicated.
contribution.
Yeah, he-
One of the only people.
Yeah, he was responsible for 80% of its earnings.
Wow.
Oh, and I will tell you, a guy I used to stream with was sitting next to me in the theater. Loved the movie. Loved it.
And went on stream and said he hated it.
I'm not going to say his name. I won't throw him under the bus.
Throw him
But
under the
he
bus.
now, on his streams, talks about how bad it was. And it's
Yeah,
like,
that
dude, I was
doesn't surprise
sitting
me.
next to you.
Doesn't
So, you
surprise
know
me.
what? Andy Muschietti was right.
I mean, hey, in my humble
Opinions
opinion,
change. Yeah.
opinion, Flash was the second best DC movie that year.
I mean,
I mean,
that's true.
I also do that where like I'll come out of a movie and I'll be like, oh, okay, that was okay, and then like hours pass, or like, wait, I don't think I like this movie anymore.
or
Like
the
my
reverse will
opinion
happen. I noticed.
always changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Lone Wolf with a $2 super chat talking about RMB, Robert Meyer Burnett. Any of you got hot dogs? Hot dogs. Am I hungry again? Like, what the fuck? Any of you got hot toys?
Hot
So
dog.
Joe's intro has him eating a hot dog, full stop. Like, and I ordered food when I was like watching the intro. I was literally like, I need to get
That's not
something to eat.
suggestive at all.
So I don't know. Maybe it's in my head now. Any of you got hot toys like RMB expensive? No, because they are expensive. That's why.
I would like to, but no thanks. No thanks right now. Yeah.
I mean, this isn't. When they say hot toys, are they referring to like the brand Hot Toys?
Yeah, not like
Yeah.
a sexy character.
No, hot toys like you heat up rubber toys in your microwave, so they're ready for you when you want to do something.
This
with
toy
them.
has a fireball. Does
Oh,
that
that's
count?
that's pretty hot, actually.
Yeah.
This is
Or
probably
sexy, like a Starfire one. That would be a hot toy, right? Starfire
Oh.
flying through the sky.
fuck. Hold on.
Oh
the
no,
hot toy is Adam West. It was probably the best one I ever saw. It
Yeah.
looked like a photograph of Adam West.
I don't know. This is just probably my favorite toy that I own that I've never opened just because of how rare it is. But this was a JLU Batman design. This costume was never used in the show. It was specifically made for merchandise.
Okay.
I've never opened this.
I love that there's like it's in a different language there on the top. Like they've got
Yeah.
multiple languages.
Yep, and you can see this stuff on the back of it.
Nice.
I have a cold toy.
In the freezer.
Frozen.
Was that Frozone?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like one day
put
if I
it
had the
away.
money. I would like to
Darren,
have,
hold
like,
on. I got to match you.
a rogue.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Show and tell time now.
It is show and tell.
Oh, that's awesome.
There we go,
What the hell?
Frozone.
That's awesome.
I got one of Mr. Incredible over there too.
Wow.
Lance, I mean, Jake, that's just another reason to break into your home.
Lens.
And okay, I think we found the racist one.
Wow.
Wait,
All right.
why?
So Derudo with the $5 super chat. We're gonna keep it moving. Watch the new I Know What You Did Last Summer and Final Destination today. I haven't seen the Final Destination one. I saw it what you did last summer. So what did you guys watch these movies? And if you did, what did you think of them? Nobody?
Nope.
Both, and I like 50% of them. Final Destination Bloodlines is great. I Know What You Did Last Summer was pretty terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Eric, did you see the trailer for Send Help?
Send help.
It's the new Sam Raimi movie coming out in January.
Oh no. I did. There are a bunch of trailers. If we had time, I was like, we're gonna watch them. I can put it in there if we have time to watch
that
them,
trailer
but-
fucks. I'm telling you.
Does it
In
fuck
the-
really? That sounds like a hot toy.
It is a hot toy.
That sounded very suggestive. So anyway, the Final Destination Bloodline starts out really well, according to Chevany. So,
I tried to get up or tried to catch up earlier this year. I got to 4, and I thought 4 was one of the worst movies I've seen in a minute. I was like, I need a break.
I haven't even bothered with those movies. So actually, no, that's a lie. I saw 1 and 2, and then I stopped.
That one has a bunch of Arrowverse actors. In
what
it,
term? What does that term even mean? What are we talking about? Which term?
Which
Hot
one
Toy?
has Arrowverse actors in it?
Hot Toy is the
Or-
name of a brand.
Yeah, expensive, high-end collectible figures that are not for kids.
They're like $300 each.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
more now because of
Yeah, that
inflation.
Batman thing that I just showed, I was doing the math. That thing goes up for like 350 now.
That's crazy.
Is that how rare?
Oh, it fucks is like saying it's good.
Oh yeah.
That
So we
comes
got-
from, doesn't that come from Silicon Valley? That's a Silicon Valley term, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some information here on lanterns. Very little information, but I wanted to see what everybody thought about this because it seems to be like a meme at this point. James Gunn says lanterns will be really important for setting up things in the DCU. I'm excited for the show. I don't care if it sets up 0 for the DCU. I was going to watch the show anyway, no matter what. But it seems like people are confused when he's talking about everything is separate, but it's also very connected. We talked about this a little bit with Peacemaker. Are we, and I want to hear everybody's thoughts on this except for Lance because he's AFK. Does everything have to be connected for everybody? Or, I mean, like, does it need to be that way? Or are we expecting that? I kind of hope, like Clayface, for example, right? We know Clayface is in the DCU, but I don't care if Clayface necessarily connects to a bunch of other stuff. You know what I mean?
I hope it's its own thing.
I mean, like there's connections to it and stuff, obviously, and it sets up stuff. But I'd argue even like Creature Commandos is kind of like on its own. Like it came in, like I feel like you can kind of watch that show, not know any of the other stuff, and enjoy that on its own. Like you said, Clayface. I think yes, there's obviously going to be connections to Superman and stuff, but like I think Supergirl is going to be a super isolated story. But like people are freaking out about this quote. Like he said this when he announced the whole show.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
to me, it's a non-thing. It's like a non-factor, non-discussion, honestly. But yeah,
like back in 2023 when he first announced this, like he said this will set up the entire DCU. I think the only reason that's getting attention now is because of what Peacemaker does and the controversy with that. But like we've known this for a while that Peacemaker would be a big one. Now, of course, it's a greater conversation of like, what does Green Lanterns do and Lanterns do, and like how will it affect the non-TV watchers? Can you watch Superman without knowing this? Will be the greater conversation that we just won't know yet until we get there. But like I said last week, I think you can have Lanterns set up the DCU for the people who want to follow that story, but then also just present it in a way where it makes sense to everybody. So you can watch Superman and not be like, wait, why is there a squid in the sky? You know, something that's like, well, like why is it this thing? It's like, no, it makes sense to them as well. But again, we just have to wait and see. Like we don't know how they're going to execute it yet.
I am dying to watch a teaser, and I'm dying to spend that whole day.
When do you think we're getting it? Guesses on like when we're going to see our first look at Green Lantern.
I'm assuming there's an NFL match during Thanksgiving, and if they were really smart, they would drop it during that time.
I 100% agree with you. I don't know who I said this with, but like NFL and Green Lanterns just makes sense to me. Like football and Green Lanterns, perfect like promo material. You can have them making like the fake footballs with their rings. You can have them make the little bowl of popcorn. You can like it just makes sense. Like it just 100%.
Yeah,
What if they did a Green Lantern trailer during a NASCAR race and had made a race car out of a Green Lantern? Wait, never mind.
Oh, like the movie, the Hot Wheels.
I was just.
That's a choice.
I was just shooting the shit with that one.
That's a choice.
I will say that they did use a football event to introduce us to a Green Lantern last year.
Yeah,
the only bowl we need.
That's right.
And he's in that show too, so just use him again. I mean, he's not in a month, but like still.
Yeah. I
also saw he met with Aaron Pierre's girlfriend too, so.
Oh.
He had dinner with Tiana Taylor a couple days ago.
That's right. Yeah.
Why? What was the reason?
It's gonna be Darkseid.
Vixen. She's gonna be Vixen.
That'd be cool.
Wait, is that confirmed or is that a speculation?
No.
That's a speculation, but they definitely
had Taylor, so that's fine. But like
they had dinner, so I mean, hey,
she's got a great song called "Work This Pussy." I don't know if you've heard it or not.
Eric.
I mean, if she was in that show, that would just be another.
I'm not kidding. It's a real song.
I know, but Darren is a child.
God bless.
That would just be another just cause for Jon Stewart to say Judas Priest,
and then go after her in the bed.
Yeah, I was say, was no one else picking up on that joke?
No, we weren't.
Really Unlimited or what?
Black.
Yes,
we're not nerds, Jake.
What if they use her song in the show "Work This Pussy" by Vixen? Like she's out there and she turns into a cat. She turns into an actual cat. She turns into an actual cat, and like she uses her cat powers, and the song comes on.
They should use that for the Wildcat movie, Jake.
I will say that I will say that I'm very bothered by the fact that we're hearing this Lantern series is going to be for mature audiences. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I feel like you can take some fringe characters like Peacemaker or, Swamp Thing and do them for mature audiences. But the main like Justice League characters should be accessible to all audiences.
I don't disagree with that. I think that there is I could see an argument for like with Peacemaker. I didn't care, but I could see an argument with Green Lantern.
I think they will be. I think long term, because like again, I think people are freaking out that like, oh, this show is, it's gonna be grounded. I think this is just a start of Lanterns. I think we get Lantern movies. I think we get Lantern spinoffs. I think they're in Justice League. I think they're in Superman. Like,
I wonder why is it R rated though? Like, what would be the reason for it?
What's his name?
Who said it was R-rated?
Nathan Fillion said that he drops the biggest slew of F-bombs he's ever dropped in his career in this show.
But I mean, to be fair, what kids are watching HBO Max? Like,
my kids would be watching this if it was appropriate for them, but I'm not going to let them.
Yeah. You never know if they're gonna have an orgy. It could be like Peacemaker and like.
I don't think it's gonna be like that. And
thank you, Chris.
Think about the possibilities. Think about the possibility with the constructs. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Thank you, Chris.
think back to what they called it. It's like True Detective meets DC, right? Like, so I don't think it's going to be like orgies, but I think it might be dead bodies and blood and stuff like that. Like, it's
supposed to be
more
like a true crime type vibe, right?
Yeah,
It's a mystery.
Yeah. Which
It's a creepy mystery, Scoob. Sorry.
But and like, you know, and I like it sounds like you're teaching your kids right, Joe. So this is obviously not on you. But how many kids are watching way worse?
I mean, Harrison here says got My Adventure with Green Lantern coming as well, which I think will be really good.
True.
That's a good.
And again, it also varies on. I would tell people like check it out first, and if it's okay and it's not too bad, let the kids watch it. I saw RoboCop at a young age, and I turned out okay. I hope.
Yeah,
I mean, they see way worse stuff in real life. I mean, look at what's going on.
And also for the faces. Go ahead, Jake.
I was gonna say I saw From Dusk Till Dawn when I was like 6. I was fine.
There you go.
Are you fine?
I mean, that's questionable.
In terms of the series, just please have a good bookend. No ... Please.
You know, yeah.
James Gunn's not directing or writing this. I'm
going to say this right now. I'm going to say this right now, and then we're going to answer a super chat. If they do this show and they don't have some sort of like space element to it, I don't mean they have to fly around in space like Guardians of the Galaxy, but if they don't have some sort of space element to it that makes it feel bigger than just a true crime story, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Because I mean, the Lanterns are literally called galactic law enforcement officers.
I understand. If you want to do like I'm not arguing that, but if you're going to do like a gritty crime thing or whatever, and it's connected to the Lanterns, there still has to be some sort of science fiction element to it. That's just how I feel about it, personally.
I kind of want to push back on your thing a little bit, Ronan. I love a good cliffhanger. I like a good cliffhanger if you are following them up. And I think that's the issue with how they ended Peacemaker, is James Gunn being like, well, I don't know if we're doing a season 3. What are you talking about, man? Like
you don't know. It's your call.
If you're doing a cliffhanger, you have to, hopefully in a shorter amount of time, being like, all right, we will see you guys next year for season 3 to follow this up. That's the issue, in my opinion. And instead of just this like, we'll get back to it someday, I guess. I don't know.
Well, you know,
we're like in a different
I can take
show,
either
which
or.
I'm not a fan of. Yeah,
I can take either or.
To me, damn it, Darren.
The non cliffhanger feels more close to the pitch he said about like you don't have to watch all this stuff together to understand that. Like that feels more akin to that, and that was almost kind of the I'm gonna say the sell, but like the thing that interested me. I'm like, ooh, okay, you're gonna really attempt to do this? All right, let's see if we can do it. And come on, man.
Yeah, it's like what I don't like about the Mando and Grogu situation, where it's like, or like the Mandalorian thing, where it's like, I love the season 2 final. I think that's such a good final episode to leave if audience is on. But I don't like that you are like, oh, but go watch the like Boba Fett series. I'm afraid that's what they're doing here. It's like, okay, to finish this Peacemaker story, go watch Lanterns. We're gonna like don't
and then to finish Lanterns, go watch Bubble Man, and then to watch the ending of Bubble Man, go watch Cartoon Dragon and the Flying Bird. You know what I mean? Like it's just
characters
that sounds
can cross
interesting.
over, but don't make it essential viewing where you have to. Don't do that.
To watch Cartoon Dragon and the Flying Bird, go watch Sewer Snake and Grizzly Crocodile. You know what I mean?
And then if you want to watch Sewer Snake and the Grizzly Crocodile, go watch Harold and the Purple. Wait, never mind.
But didn't James Gunn say like that wasn't going to be the case?
Yeah, he did.
Right, but he's been going back and forth on this shit for a while. He just needs to get off social media.
And I think like the taste that James Gunn leaves in everybody's mouth. Pause. I think that now with him not really having a major hand in, besides being the CEO of DC, co-CEO of DC Studios or whatever, he's not directing or writing Supergirl, not directing or writing Lanterns, not directing or writing Clayface. It's going to let us see
season 2.
Or Creature Commando season 2 is going to let us see what other people have to offer in this new DCU. I said it on Tuesday. I'll say it here. That's why everybody keeps wanting to make up these rumors. I think he stretched himself a little bit too thin. And this way he can lock down and focus. He can focus on what he has to focus on for Man of Tomorrow. Honestly, I would not be mad if he passed off Man of Tomorrow to another director. Even if he just wrote it, I would not be mad if he.
I want to see Zack Snyder do it.
I mean, like, this whole thing where like people are they're underwhelmed by a finale and it's got polarizing opinions. They're automatically thinking, "Oh, does this mean it's over?" That didn't happen with Marvel. Whenever you guys,
I mean, it is
Iron
over.
Man.
It was the finale.
That's not my point. But that didn't happen at Marvel whenever people loved Iron Man, but then weren't hot on either Incredible Hulk or Iron Man 2.
They're
That
just
didn't
waiting for
happen
the next
then.
thing. Yeah.
Right.
Did you guys see that people thought there was going to be a secret episode of Peacemaker? They're like,
Because of
"Oh,
a
this
fake
isn't
post.
actually the real end. It's going to come out to like
already saw
Thursday night."
I saw it. It came out tonight. I watched
Oh
it.
yeah,
I called so many people stupid. I'm like,
It was.
you can
It's so
go to
good.
his
It's so good. It's
pages.
almost like it didn't even come out. That's how good it was.
Yeah, did you hear Peacemaker used his jetpack to fly back to, like, he cracked the sound barrier and just flew back to Earth X to try to find his brother, and his brother's like some weird Nazi zombie thing now.
Yeah,
tried to eat Chris, so Chris had to like take him out.
I just ordered a pizza, so I might be getting a pizza here in a few minutes.
What kind of pizza?
Double pepperoni, mozzarella, parmesan.
From where?
Maybe some bacon. We have a place called Chinello's. So
is it square pizza or
no? It's like New York style pizza.
That sounds familiar. Is it? I feel like I've definitely been there because I know the area that you're talking about. I feel like I've definitely been.
I mean, it is a like a chain in Virginia. So
right. No, like
yeah.
I've definitely had that before.
Yeah, I would have done Domino's, but Domino's doesn't. They keep declining my orders after a certain time at night, so I'm just doing this place instead.
Yes,
they don't want to come to your house.
That's what it is. They don't like my house.
Yes, Wolf. That's essentially what I'm doing.
So Lone Wolf with the $4 super chat. Thank you so much. Couldn't send you that video on Instagram last stream. Said you had to approve my message. Username is Yagami, though not Lone Wolf. Heads up. All right, I'll check it out. I get a lot of spam on Instagram.
Oh, I just realized we were referring to two different people with Wolf in their name. My bad.
Yeah. I get a lot of spam on Instagram, so I'll double check it. Michael DeFonte, good to see you, Michael. Re-upped as a YouTube member. Appreciate the support. Thank you for being here. Lone Wolf with another $5 super chat. Thank you, Lone Wolf. To quote Nando V Movies joke, if lanterns don't go to space, then I guess space is too expensive. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that YouTuber. I'm not. Does anybody else know who this person is?
Nando's
Nando
great.
V.
Yeah.
No.
Very good content creator. They do a lot of
I don't disagree with this at all. I'm just going to be very honest about it. It's Green Lanterns. I want to see some shit in space. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be the whole series, but I want to see something.
Yeah.
I feel like if you take that out of it, it's no different than like Gotham, the TV show, where it's like, you had a bunch of stuff that never really hit the mark for me.
Sounds kind of like Smallville.
I think you'll have some space elements. I think probably similar to like, again, like I keep using the comparison to like Superman and Lois. Superman and Lois is a very grounded show. It is. It takes itself.
Oh,
very
if this
seriously.
is like a Green Lantern version of Superman and Lois, I will be totally okay with it.
But like look at that show. Like Clark is going to space all the time. There's that thing in the first episode where he's battling the Stranger, and they're having that deep space brawl. Like if you do little stuff like that, then I think that will satisfy a lot of people.
And then like later in the season, you get one of the best moments where he's trying to find that one person. I won't spoil just in case Ronan ever gets to it. Mm-hmm. And then he yells their name from space so you can hear it all across the earth. I love that part.
And the season 3 finale when he's battling, spoiler, on the moon.
yeah. And you have a shot of Earth in the background.
All right. One more super chat before we get to our next topic. It says a Naruto super chat, $5. It's like when the Arrowverse teased the Wonder Twins by showing their monkey and then going, we're no longer doing that.
I mean, they didn't show them, though. All they did
was an Easter egg. That wasn't...
Like, no, and that was just a Super Friends Easter egg because they were in the hall, like, from Super Friends. There was the Super Friends logo on the table. They were playing the Super Friends theme at the end of that episode whenever they showed the cage. So that's all that was. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, you do know that there was 2 iterations of the Super Friends where Wonder Twins were not in one of them.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm very
aware. So, who do you prefer? you prefer Wonder Twins or the brothers and sister?
Wendy, Marvin, and
yeah, I
Wonder.
can't remember the names.
I could go either way. To be honest, I don't really have a preference.
Oh, really? Okay. Got another super chat here that's relevant to the topic. Staggervore here with a $4.99 super chat. Could Lanterns end up underperforming? Well, I don't know how you would underperform.
That's a TV
as a
show.
show.
So,
It's a
yeah,
TV show.
But
what does that mean?
I mean, I guess not getting on the Nielsen ratings, but I've already said before, Nielsen ratings don't really matter much anymore for streaming shows.
I mean, like, wasn't Peacemaker in like the top however many like most streamed shows this season?
It never got on. It never got on the Nielsen ratings though. It performed well in other metrics, but look, I'm not a big Nielsen person. I don't really give a fuck. And honestly, I don't even think that really matters. I think it matters how many people sign up for the service and then watch that show.
Yeah.
Like that's how they do it. But it says, could Lanterns end up underperforming if the show has absolutely no sci-fi elements? It doesn't feel like a Green Lantern show. I think you're going to get a group of people that if that doesn't happen, it's going to be like the show is automatically bad, right? That's what they're going to do.
They're also
gonna
probably
say
going
that.
to track the stats of who watches the start and who watches to the end.
Yeah.
Who watches The Watchmen?
Here's what I'm gonna say. I think people are expecting a lot less of what the show's going to do. I think they've been like purposely hiding a lot of what the show's actually going to be. Here's what I'll say though: that first teaser / trailer, they do need to sell people. Yeah. They need to be like, "You freaking idiot!"
Do they use Guy Gardner in the promo?
Sure.
Sure.
You need to have them in those suits though. Have them in the shoots. Using the rings. Obviously, you can show why it's a grounded show, prove that off, but you have to show why should Green Lantern fans tune in.
Okay, imagine this is the intro to the show, right? You see Guy Gardner flying around, he lands, and Hal's there with John, and Guy's like, man, it feels weird being out here doing all this without you. And Hal's like, I stopped using that ring years ago. I'll never use it again. And then Jon Stewart's like, yeah, fuck that ring. We're just going to be detectives. We're going to walk around and investigate without the ring. But like,
I found this gun here. That's crazy.
I'm going to make a prediction that in one of the teasers or one of the bits of promo material, we're going to hear not the full thing, but we're going to hear a voiceover of a bit of the oath. A bit of the
Brightest
oath.
Day and Black. Yep. It's an exchange between John and Hal doing it.
Hal, yeah.
And I
better be read at least. I don't know if we're going to see him read at the beginning. I think we might see a version of him that's not read.
I don't even need to see them flying around in a quick compilation shot of them flying. All I need them is just like in the suit.
Ronan, what about Kyle Rayner?
Hummus, James, whenever you're ready, call me. We'll set up a good gym workout in LA. I will hell, I'll give you this free promo. We can even pull off like a Rocky thing, like just this new actor in LA running around getting a shape to be another Green Lantern. I'll do it. You guys know how much he means to me.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Jack Black. Anyone but Jack Black.
Right. What? Okay, I'm only Joe. I don't mean to let you do this, but what is a wedding?
Not a clue.
Wait, what?
That's not something you want to be complimented for.
Well,
now hold on, Jake. Hold on.
Yeah, it depends on what wedding is. It might be a compliment.
Should I Google that?
This person might be wondering about that. They might be saying, "I'm wondering." I don't know. Read by the end, hopefully, with Sinestro. I don't know. We'll see.
To quote Peacemaker, that's a goddamn compliment.
Makes me want to go to what you call it to Urban Dictionary, find out what it means. What's a wedding?
And just goes like a Ronan, but you got it.
I love that shit.
All right, oh no.
It's a goddamn compliment.
All right. AMC and Netflix finally decided to work together. The theater chain will show K-pop Demon Hunters to 400 screens during Halloween, with discussions ongoing about other theatrical opportunities. Thoughts on this?
Frankenstein.
I love K-pop D Hunters, as my baby says. I love K-pop Demon Hunters.
Good.
I want to be a huntress. All right.
I'm still getting requests for their music every night at the club.
Yeah.
Which one? Golden,
Free, Soda Pop.
Oh, Free is a bop. Free made me feel all types of ways.
Free.
I actually had a DJ question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're ever DJing and everyone's dancing and everything, would you ever just kind of in the middle of all the dance music throw in Cookie Monster's "I Lost My Cookie at the Disco."
Maybe, possibly. I don't
Okay.
know. I'll have to think about.
I was
that.
getting down to it earlier tonight, and I was like, I wonder.
Oh,
Let me see if I can find this quickly. Hold on. Is it on here? No.
Hey,
Hold on.
y'all know what I just found out?
What?
I did not know. You know the actor that plays Will Smith's son in the newer Bad Boys films. Did y'all know he was supposed to be in Batgirl?
What?
I'm not surprised. It was the same directors.
As who?
He was supposed. I don't know. I just know like he just made statements today talking about some. He thinks that Batgirl could still be released.
I think it's inevitable. It's going to be
wish.
released someday.
I want it.
I
wanna see
love it.
Like, they don't say who he was gonna be. Like he's just credited as actor.
He was gonna be Superman.
Lucius Fox.
He was going to be Static Shock.
He was gonna be a love interest. I know that much.
I remember when
So,
we got that.
I'll play a little snippet of this. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you're saying. Sorry. I didn't mean to
That
cut you off.
Lucius Fox variant from the crossover Arrowverse where we see Kevin Conroy.
Oh, that's Luke, not Lucius.
Oh, Luke. Oh, my bad. Yeah, Luke. That was.
Oh,
that was
never mind. He was playing a
Well,
mob boss, Anthony
well-
Bresci.
So that wasn't just from the crossover. He was a regular on Batwoman.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
who?
they actually did have him become Batwing.
Luke
eventually.
Fox.
Oh, Luke.
Yeah.
Oh, Luke's the best character on there. I love Luke.
I agree.
Does anybody know who Anthony Tough Tony Bresci is?
Check this out. Play it.
I prefer Bullet to Tony. The fuck is going on?
We can't hear it.
We can't hear
Can't
it.
hear.
Probably because Eric's muted.
You're mute.
You can't hear it. It's so good.
You
Is it
muted
not
it.
playing?
You were muted.
Oh my
We just saw
goodness.
you go like this.
That's
on.
the bit. That's the bit.
Let me bring this up here. Hold on. What is up with StreamYard?
No, that's like when Darren uploaded the thing for his Wolverine
I
reaction.
can still dance around if I
like
want.
his
It's my
portion of it.
house.
And in parentheses, it has mishap.
I
next
still
to
feel
it.
guilty about that.
I mean, it wasn't your fault.
No, it wasn't. It's just so funny. That's the whole reason I was.
Oh, by the way, Ronan, somebody in my family saw that reaction we did, and they were making note of your commentary, and they said, "So many f-bombs from that one guy."
Silent disco. Yeah, of course, silent disco.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I don't know if it,
I
if an
told him, I was
audio
like,
file will play
we
here.
were
Hold
on Cloud 9 that day, so.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I've been known to break out into the Aquaman dance every now and then.
Oh
Aquaman
shit.
dance.
I've been known to take notes after Tobey Maguire and do his dance every now and then.
Oh, we know.
We did it.
I've
We
been
did
known to
do
make
it.
it. I've been known to make it clap.
Oh no.
4 times,
Oh,
in fact.
All right, hold on. Let's see.
You can tell the difference when Lance is on one of these streams and when he's not. And this is the
Ow.
vibe when he is.
I feel like we're at Comic-Con again and we're just hitting the bar or something like that.
Hey, I mean, Ronan, at least you don't have to carry him back to a hotel. What?
I'm not gonna
All right, I don't know. Will Windows Media Player play in
That's still a thing.
The chat.
That's why I'm asking. I don't know.
Chat's loving this.
I didn't know Windows Media Player was still a thing.
I actually don't think it will. Oh, wait, hold
I
on.
don't think so. Because if you're trying to screen share, only do it to tabs.
Yeah, just pisses me off.
No, Harrison, no one will be doing that. At least I won't be.
All right, let's see here. See if this works.
Oh.
Well, you get cop. What the fuck?
Probably, but I don't care. I'll just take it out of the stream.
Echo.
Mike
Mike
check.
check.
Oh. Ay, ay, ay,
What if we both try finding what we're running from? We can't fix it if we never
I like that.
What if we find a way to escape it? We could be free.
Anyway,
I like that. I'm glad you cut it off before I started shaking something.
So wait, that's
Well-
Cookie Monster?
No, that's K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh,
Darren, where did Cookie Monster come from?
Joe asked.
Because I asked if he ever played "I Lost My Cookie at the Disco."
Yeah, I don't have that, but that's the dance.
Oh.
Like I have a lot of dance mixes for K-pop Demon Hunters.
Jake, have you heard that song? It's a classic. I
Unfortunately,
lost me cookie at the disco.
No, I've heard it. I've heard
Yeah.
it, and I don't want to hear it again.
It's a classic. Sometimes I listen to that when I'm giving out Wetties.
That makes
Oh.
sense.
We're giving out what?
They said wedgies.
It probably gives out those too.
That was the perfect joke. Oh my god, that was
I
so
was better.
fucking hilarious.
That was not bad. That was not bad.
I just found one. It's called "Lost Me Cookie at the Disco" 2023 version.
Oh, I haven't heard that one.
It's probably got a lot of brain rot nowadays.
I think that would probably get That would definitely get copyright claim Muppets. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh.
That song is what the kids call a banger, though.
Is it?
Is it slap?
It's got a lot of Riz. All right, so we got a $5 super chat from Michael DeFonte here. Everyone watching live, which we have over 100 and some people between the two channels. Everyone watching live or recording of the show, please click the thumbs up button. It helps the channel grow. It does 100%. Actually, 105%. I don't know if you can go over 100%, but if you could, it definitely would do that. So I would definitely say that's great. So thank you so much. Thank you, Michael. I do appreciate it. We have another super chat from Lone Wolf.
I didn't read
Jake,
it as a reference.
That's
at
a
first,
cute
so-
outfit. Did your husband give it to you? I missed the part where that's my problem. I'm going to put some dirt in your eyes. So,
Spider-Man's been canceled this day.
Toby
Yeah.
McGuire.
yeah.
Have you guys seen the meme about that?
You have made
Which
me
one?
very proud this day, Lone
The
Wolf.
"Did your husband make it for you" meme?
No, I
No.
haven't.
No, I haven't.
No, there have been a lot of memes around it, but they've also cut that line out of cable airings of the movie.
Oh, have they?
Yep. They didn't cut it out of the theater re-release I went to, though.
I didn't realize that. It's a funny
Hang
joke.
on.
It's a
Hang
very
on a
funny
second,
joke.
The meme is fantastic.
No, I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Dude, it's me.
Sam Raimi, early 2000 Spider-Man.
I
That
mean,
is Jake out the
I'm
wazoo.
wearing the fucking shirt. I own my shit.
I know. It reminds me of a wedding.
Hey, we wear our colors proudly. It's no fucking joke here.
Come to Dragon Con this year. I'm going to be giving a Weddy to every cosplayer dressed like
no.
What
Okay,
is
dressed
that?
like Welshie. Free Weddies for Welshie.
Oh, yeah?
That's going to be my slogan.
Yeah,
Oh,
Joe, you're gonna be pulling up on people like that guy said he'd pull up on Gun.
There's a couple.
Yeah.
There's a couple
Yeah,
things
I
that
put
would
it in there.
need, and that concerns me. I feel like it's too
That
broad.
turns
of a
you,
statement.
Darren. That turns you. Is that what you
Concerns
said?
me.
I thought you said turns.
Concerns.
I was like, damn it.
Oh, no. I just looked up Urban Dictionary on what it is.
Why? I told you not to.
All right, give it to us. Oh, wait.
I already know what it means.
Let's see. Hold on. There's a lot of them. Most of these are not.
Good one,
They
read
don't
it.
really apply.
Damn, Darren, you are getting red.
The number one voted up one is. I don't even know how this applies, but this is the one that's voted at the top. Slang for a female hard-on. So, I
You
mean,
really not know how that applies?
no. I mean, like, I just don't. I'm not sure how it applied to the comment that was made for Joe. Like, I don't know.
Because
I mean,
he said I could give a guy a Weddy. So
Right.
Oh, so
I don't
yeah,
know.
I mean that's a great compliment then.
You know. Well, you know what? It's inclusive. That's good.
Yeah.
That's inclusive.
I'm gonna need to go get some whiskey if we're keeping this up.
Naruto $2 super chat says someone clip that.
Clip what? A lot of shit happened in the last 5 minutes.
The whole thing. Just clip the whole thing. And then Lone Wolf with the $2 super chat. Can you do the impression for these lines? For the
Which
which one?
Pull them back up.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
The one that he super chatted here. This
Yeah.
one. All right.
I'm gonna cook you, Jake. Don't do it.
Hold on.
What?
We're gonna go. Are you ready, Jake? Are you gonna do it?
I'm gonna cancel you, Jake.
No, I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna cancel you.
All right. That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you? I missed the part where that's my problem. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
So serious. So serious.
Cast Jake in a
By
movie
the way,
right now, and I don't mean on that
I
one
did share-
website.
I did share the meme. It's down on the.
Okay,
down
here we
below.
go.
God, I have this shit nailed down. It's in my blood. Oh yeah, no, I've seen this.
What do we think about the suit he's wearing there? That spider suit.
Love it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't think I've ever seen this meme before.
Hell, I mean,
Honestly.
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
got my favorite wrestler on a fucking Spider-Man.
Oh no! There we go. There we go. There we go.
Darren,
Oh my!
Add it to your list of things.
I could be a major asshole right now and say something, but I'm not going to.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, hey,
Speaking of wokeness, Lawrence Fishburne wants to play Charles Xavier in MCU's version of the X-Men.
Let him.
I'm good. Like
He's
I'm good with
beginning
it.
to believe.
Isn't he already in the MCU though?
Nobody
Yeah,
remembers
yeah.
Goliath.
because he never became Goliath.
He did, and what if?
And what if?
Yeah, and who watched it?
I only saw that scene. That was it. I was like, cool. I'm done.
Pizza is on the way. I'm telling you
Jay.
right now, I'm so.
Can I
Jay's
give a
got
take I never
Eric, pull up
give?
Jay's comment. That shit's hilarious.
Which one? Wait.
Jay's comment.
Oh no! No!
That shit's
Can I give a
funny.
take I nearly never give?
Yes.
So I am never in the like, how dare they turn the white character to, like I never do that shit. It's so annoying. Professor Xavier is one. Oh, don't enlarge me when I'm giving a hot take.
All right, go ahead.
Jesus. Professor Xavier is the one though where I do kind of think there's a reason. Like I do kind of feel like he has to be a white man. Just because I think there is a privilege to Professor Xavier.
Even when in first class, when Eric says, "Oh, so this is how you live, Charles? What agony?" What he makes a notice of, like, "Oh, you're rich, dude. Like, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Yeah, like as much as it sucks in like the real world equivalent, he
I can
is
see
only
that.
able to
Yeah.
accomplish what he does because he lives in a world where he is slightly more accepted because of how he looks.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Lawrence
his,
Fishburne.
his,
but
his,
yeah.
his mutation is completely invisible.
Yeah.
You know what's weird, Darren? That I'm also in that similar way with Eric, where it's like,
Yeah.
there's something about like the whole thing of like a Holocaust survivor that like that's a hard like there's I think there's alternatives you can do to that, but that's always been such a fascinating one because it's like one of the like well-known stuff where like that is one of the worst moments of human history as a species, and it's like it gives him cadence, it gives him like validation, like yeah, you have a point. We've gone there that route with his takes and his viewpoint on the world. So yeah, I could see him as Professor X, but I also note Darren's thoughts because that's a thing I'm like, yeah, Charles is rich. How the hell does he afford the danger room, the mansion, the jets, and all that stuff? So I'm like, yeah. I could
Well, before we go on, I just want to read what he says here. He goes, I know they're talking about the X-Men now, so at this point, I want one of those two things. The first thing would be, what do you think about Lawrence Fishburne as Professor X? The question drew immediately cheers from the crowd. Approved. Host Josh Horowitz replied, greenlit. And then he goes on, I don't know. I'm going to let you guys decide. I can't figure it out. So basically, it was just a fun little comment that he made, but everybody's thinking like we are in casting mode for the X-Men right now because we know it's right around the corner. So everybody wants to go ahead and throw their hat in the ring, I think, for the X-Men.
They're not going to cast until it's written.
I mean, true, but we're there. Like it's. I think it's around the corner. Like it's not here now, but like the fact that we have a date or like a rumored date, I do think suggests I don't know, this time next year,
I
you
don't
might have.
know how much validity there is to that rumored date because
True.
they're just like it's not. There's been no official thing of it of it being written, which they could be in the writing process right now for all we know. But they're not going to cast until they write, otherwise they'll end up in a Blade situation.
True.
And that's not a movie you want to keep pushing off and off. Like after your big reboot, you want to not do what they did in Phase 4 and let the impact sit. Like you want to let the impact sit instead of just rushing right into the next thing, but you don't want to sit on your hands.
100%. Yeah, and like here's what I will say though, is like I actually think this is the perfect like starter to Phase. What is it, 7?
Yeah,
7?
and like if it's supposedly the mutant saga, then
that, and also you can do your filming while the Avengers are doing their shit, right? Because I would argue, unless there's some weird twist, none of this cast will be in Avengers Doomsday or Avengers Secret Wars, right? So they could just be like, okay, we are working on this, we are writing, we are producing, we are filming, we are editing, all while you're doing your Avengers shit over there, and it won't affect anything we're doing because it's in this new timeline.
Most we would see is like maybe silhouettes, but that's it.
Yeah.
And Kevin knows like how big of a deal it is to do the X-Men in the MCU, and like
Jared,
I feel even.
Sorry,
so Jack Black as Professor X.
No, okay, just small thing. Have you guys seen that video of Jack Black in the Superman costume where his dad is like holding the cape behind him and Jack Black is vocalizing the Superman theme?
Mm-hmm.
That is so damn funny. I'm sorry.
By the way, to those who don't know, I don't know, I thought it was common knowledge. The reason I mentioned that is because Jack Black was attached to play Kyle Rayner in a movie about 20 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I always heard that rumor. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I love Patrick Stewart as Professor X. He is like one of the best comic castings ever. But you know what other character I think he could have played exceptionally well back in the day?
Mr. Freeze.
That's one.
Hugo Strange.
Catwoman.
I was thinking Hugo Strange.
Yeah,
I can see that. In terms of this question, all I'll say is this: is that for the MCU, please take your time with this, and because it's it's X-Men, you already have a pressure of like don't fuck it up. But also, I feel guilty of saying don't fuck it up because it's like just keep it simple. You don't have to go. You don't have to and also take a really hard look at the past and the legacy of it, especially the movies, and be like, you don't have to rely on Phoenix.
Man,
you don't have to rely on Apocalypse.
Fucking pizza.
You also don't have to have every movie build the team either, because that was one of my biggest issues with the newer movies is that they kept actually reforming the team and structuring it, and you barely actually got to see them as the X-Men.
And you could, I could be. I could be wrong. It's between. I don't know how Jake feels, but I'm probably the biggest Wolverine fan of the group right here. I don't fucking need Logan in the first X-Men movie.
No,
I don't need him at all.
No.
I feel like we're answering this comment without even answering it. But yeah, what do we want from the X-Men in the MCU? We're already covering this, but yeah.
First Class proved that an X-Men movie can hold itself without Wolverine. He's in it.
Simple
for 10
story.
seconds.
Don't shy away from what the X-Men truly mean.
Yeah,
and invite new audiences while not ignoring the fans who know these characters a lot. And
so this might be a hot take, but I feel like if we started at the beginning, like the very, very beginning with like the core 5 and Professor X, it's going to look too much like a Fantastic Four thing. I feel like it's too close to what Fantastic Four was.
I think it's like
because it would have to be. I feel like that would be hard to do in modern times, like that.
I think they're gonna do like the animated series lineup.
That's what I think.
Couple. Like just because it's like it's going to, because it's like the same thing I said about like what they'll do with Teen Titans. It's like they want that nostalgia. They want it almost being this like, in a way, almost like a live action reboot to like a classic animated thing. And people are gonna be like, oh, I grew up on that show. I want to see these characters in live action. And that's a lineup that's never true. I mean, it kind of has in some areas, but never truly been done in that way before.
No.
Which would be really cool. Again, like maybe get rid of Logan, obviously. Put in maybe a couple others. Like I'd like Nightcrawler in there. Maybe somebody, but like
Colossus,
traditional rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like and I love Jubilee for like Kitty Pride. And here's the weird part that the show like 97 is still coming out, and I feel for the live action because I'm like, yo, you gotta follow us from 97. Like,
yeah, they're gonna have pressure on them.
Yeah,
and I mean that's the same probably sort of pressure that you felt in something like Evolution whenever it was coming out back in the day. They had to follow up that original series, which there were things I liked about Evolution, things I didn't, but they now have the advantage of there being so many different adaptations now that they can take inspirations from. But that doesn't mean you have to do a blatant copy of it. You can do your own thing, but celebrate what came before.
Also nerdy, very nerdy. I think like, can you please just have this on? I want to spend some time in the danger room, like seeing them training, and I wouldn't mind just a quick session of like a pickup basketball game. Like to feel like also like make that place not just a school but also a home for them. Like I would also like that.
I'll expand on that and do some of what you saw in. I'll admit this is one of the best scenes from this movie, and it was cut. The mall scene from Apocalypse, just hanging out at the mall, just being normal, being normal people, just hanging out in that time. Just do that sort of thing.
Time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he's just gonna walk up and be like, "You're late. I'm not paying for those." But no, like
wise men say forgiveness is divine, but don't pay full price for a full pizza.
Yeah, the turtles were right.
Apocalypse pisses me off because it's like so much cool shit in that movie. Like if you me and Jake have talked about this. If you cut out Apocalypse from Apocalypse, it's kind of awesome.
I love Apocalypse. That's one of my favorite X-Men movies. It's got my favorite scene.
We're not doing this again.
That's not my favorite scene in any of the X-Men movies.
What, the Wolverine one?
The Quicksilver scene.
Okay.
The Sweet Dream.
That's fun. Yeah.
Scene, which is like they actually like they did. It was very similar to the one they did in Days of Future Past, but they actually topped it. I'm like, wow, they took what they did in Days of Future Past and made it even better.
Plus, Quicksilver was also in the movie this time instead of just having one cool scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I do technically agree with you, Joe, which is a first. Because like it is like that was very rude. I did not mean for it to come across that way. But like I also think that Apocalypse is one of my favorite X-Men movies just because it's the most like
X-Men.
The most one of those movies actually felt like an X-Men movie, and even though I don't like it itself, it's like I love the vibes that a lot of that movie brings off. Like I love the feeling of a lot of that movie. But then again, you then have Apocalypse, and I'm like, oh, I don't.
It just felt bloated at times to me. I was just
bloated, and they fucked over so many characters.
Yeah, like Havoc. I felt so bad for the actor because like I wanted to see more of Havoc. Because
Havoc.
Guys already.
They fucked over Jubilee. They fucked over Warren.
Yeah, again.
They fucked over Jubilee and Angel twice now.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do they keep messing up Angel? How?
That should be so easy. I mean, that made Last Stand Angel look bearable, and he sucked too.
Here's the weird thing. I think even the people who were making the movie at the time didn't realize it, that there was two. It's the X-Men, but there's two squads. There's Blue Squad and there's Gold Squad. And it's just like you can put as many characters you want. Just make sure the X-Men are there, and then you choose who are you going to be focused on, and you don't throw any of them to the wayside just because you know what they're doing. Like, no, there's two squads. You can have one as the squad that defends the home, and one that goes on the mission. And then if one squad's having a hard time, you bring up the backup. It's like, I don't know. I just I'm pumped, but I'm also like, please don't.
Okay.
I'm just literally looking at the X-Men that I have down here.
That was a false alarm. They're not in my neighborhood yet. They're not in my neighborhood. I do want to pull this comment up here. Joe should give a wedding to someone at Dragon Con and take pictures for us. No offense.
If only we had somebody willing to take pictures of us at Dragon Con.
Hey, be careful, man. They might try to bribe you with toys for pictures.
All right. We got a couple more super chats here.
I'm about to hop out. I gotta be at work.
Get the fuck out of here, Lance. Go listen to some Kirk Franklin before you go to bed.
Eric, telling the black man to get out. How forward of you.
Wow.
I'm not woke enough
this
tonight.
day and age. In this day and age. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Bye, Lance.
Bye.
See you, Lance.
Bye.
All right.
Have a good trip.
Is he going somewhere?
Good
Good luck. y'all.
199 from Anonymous. Thoughts on Hassan shocking his dog on stream situation? I don't really know a lot about it. I mean, I've seen little like clips of people talking about it and stuff.
What?
Hassan Piker.
This is the first I've heard of it.
So he was on stream and apparently he had a shock collar on his dog, so the dog doesn't leave the room while he's streaming or something like that. I don't know the whole story. But my impression is I don't think you should have any sort of like collar on an animal that shocks him. Like,
Don't even.
Yeah, I don't believe in shock collars at all.
Do I even know who this is?
Hassan
He's
Piker.
he's a huge like Twitch streamer.
I've never.
He talks about political stuff and towards the left one. I watch his stuff from time to time. I'm a fan of his stuff, but this is the first I've heard of this with the dog situation.
Well, the thing is, I think there's a lot of controversy on whether it's real or not. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true. But my general stance is I don't agree with shock collars on animals. So
Yeah.
so it wouldn't matter. So Lone Wolf here with the $5 super chat. Can any of you do Wolverine impression? LOL. Tell Cyclops I need a convertible. I mean,
You
that
do it,
would
then I'll
probably be
do
probably. I can't. I would leave it up to Ronan. I can't do a Wolverine. So
Ronan,
I
you
won't
go
do the
first.
lion, but let me see if I hold on. I can do
Oh boy.
let me see. I'll do this line. I do all right, you egg-sucking piece of gutter trash. I can do that. Like
Hey, bud.
You always like pushing around people who are smaller than you. Well, I'm smaller. Try pushing me.
no, in this business, bub, second place,
Yeah.
don't cut it.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking love Caldada's
Oh,
Wolverine.
no, I love whenever he's talking to Graydon Creed and he's like, "What's the matter, Daddy's boy? Afraid of claws?"
Oh
I-
my
and again,
God.
it feels almost like an insult, but I just love the buddiness that he has with Gambit, like Cajun, like
Yeah,
Gumbo,
and,
whatever he calls him. I'm just like, God damn.
and I mean, you get the sincerity. Like whenever he goes to the Arctic, he's like, "You guys called me friend," and it's like that stuff hits deep.
He has one of the funniest moments in '97. Logan, is he?
Oh, God.
Apocalypse.
Michael
That-
here with his
that
$2
is
super
the
chat.
funniest moment.
Will the X-Men actors most likely be younger? I think they are going to be casting a lot younger because they most likely want to give them at least like 15 to 20 years of time in the MCU.
Kevin said
20
that
years.
it's a younger cast. Yeah.
I think, yeah, I mean, we say 20 years like that, but think about it. I mean, the MCU now has been around for 2 decades.
Yeah.
I'll say this:
Not quite.
Sarah Haley Finn.
Mm.
I'm not, I stand by my notion. Like, don't show Logan in the first X-Men movie. If you want me to work out, I'll be Logan. I
Yeah,
think I can
we're
do- I can do
a
anything
couple
cool
years
Logan.
out from 2 decades, but we're pretty close. And
Yeah,
some people have been
yeah,
there
you-
since the beginning.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, you want me to get a little bigger and paint me blue? I'll be Hank McCoy.
All right, we have another super chat here from Lone Wolf, a $5 super chat. Did y'all like Kevin Bacon version of Sebastian Shaw in First Class? I did, but I don't think it was a very good Sebastian Shaw. Like I liked him in the movie,
Yeah.
but it didn't really give me Sebastian
I mean,
100%.
It was refreshing to see a villain in the movies that wasn't Magneto because apart from Apocalypse, Shaw was really the only other one that we got.
Yeah. All right. They should be here any minute with my food. So I'm excited about that. But also, I'm going to be picking the choices because we did hit the goal. So we're going to be putting up those choices. But for anyone that arrived that wants to participate that hasn't made their list, it is top 5 worst season or
Yes.
series finale.
Wait, okay, I thought you said just series finale.
Well, it was originally series, but I wanted to expand it in case people didn't have enough. So it's
Okay.
series and season.
There's one that
I might-
there's one that me and Darren are probably going to fight for.
I might have to leave pretty soon. I gotta go handle some stuff, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I
I'm
appreciate
just
it.
gonna do series finales anyway.
Before we do that, though, the last thing I wanted to mention, and this will probably start a little chat enough for me to go grab my food at the door, but apparently it has been said now that the reason why Mark Ruffalo's Hulk was not in Captain America 4 is because they were afraid that it would take the spotlight away from featuring a brand new sort of Captain America in the Captain America movie.
What?
I could see that.
I don't disagree completely.
I mean, I kind of do. Honestly.
Okay, well, I mean, you want to talk about like why? Because I think you could probably argue both sides of that. But like the thing is, they were afraid that having the Hulk in a movie with Red Hulk would basically overshadow Captain America.
Sure.
I mean, Captain America never really was alone in his movies. Like he always had people beside him. Having a Hulk there would make logical sense. But I've even said, so even if you don't want to have him as Hulk, just having Bruce Banner there, because
I would have been okay with that.
Like, Ross is at the center of the plot. It's about villains from the Incredible Hulk. It's centered around gamma radiation. Who does Sam know that is connected to all of those things? It's logical to have him there.
Yeah.
Even if he's just there, and maybe he sees a shot of Stearns, and then you see just a shot of Ruffalo where he gets PTSD. But the problem is that they did not come up with a logical reason or a logical way for Sam to beat Ross in that fight, because they wanted to show it as, Sam has something to prove. We have to prove that he can deal with this Red Hulk fight alone. But the whole point of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, where he became Captain America, was that he didn't have to do it alone. That was the whole point. They even showed, like I just said, Steve, he had the serum, but he still worked with other heroes when he could. As often as he could, he still chose to work with other people. But no, they said, Sam's got something to prove over here. So even though we have, we have Bucky cameo in this movie, that's all we're going to do for him. We have another super soldier sitting in prison, pumped full of the serum that we're not going to give a conclusive arc to, that we could use in this movie instead. But no, they just completely cheapened it.
And what sucks about that whole ending, because I like it in theory, I like what they were trying to do in that scene, they do it better in the same year out of all shows. What If? A show that I do not like very much, but in the starter of this season, probably one of my only episodes I actually like, there's a fantastic scene where you have Godzilla Hulk running a rampage, and Sam has to approach him and be like, "You are my friend. This is not you. Please come with me. I am not going to fight you no more. I need you to calm down." And I love that scene so much because it shows off Sam's strength. Sam was never the greatest fighter of all time. He was never, the perfect soldier. That's not who Sam is. No. Sam's a good Captain America because how he motivates people, how he inspires. He is the guy without powers, but will still stand up and be like, "This is my fight. Because I am the only one brave enough to do it." That's who Sam is. And I wish they did it, and again, they try to do it, and I know it's easier in animation to make that believable than live action, but I agree, the way that's executed, it's so
those. Sam also just doesn't have any interesting connections with any of the prominent Hulk-related characters in that movie, so seeing them match up against him by default is just less interesting than having Bruce with any of them.
It should have been a movie about them bonding and working together, because it is it's really good in that first act. I actually really like the Sam and Ross dynamic a lot. This we've disagreed before, we've had this conflict, but I'm willing to kind of come to terms with what you are doing. But they drop it immediately, so it doesn't hit.
That's the thing, right? Because they say, I want to help you rebuild the Avengers, and that would create good drama, because Ross locked Sam up, and now he wants to work with him. That is good drama right there. But then, he says, "All right, I want to help you rebuild the Avengers." One thing goes wrong. "All right, Sam, you're out."
Yeah, no, it's messy. I'm just saying, in theory, I like their dynamic, but we didn't see enough of it for that third act to hit true. It means I was like, you really don't care about that dynamic at all.
It didn't help that the movie was only 2 hours.
I have a lot of it. I think the more I sit with that movie, the more I dislike it. Not because what's there, but what's not there. And
there's a lot of, okay, this is how I see it. There's a lot of cool characters there, but they didn't really do anything cool with them.
It is kind of a waste of a movie, and that makes me really, really sad.
Yeah, I want to see more installments of Sam as Captain America, but because of such a messy theatrical debut, we're probably only going to get that in these next 2 Avengers movies. So that's kind of sad. Hell, I fucking got this thing right here. I clearly like it somewhat.
Joe, did you like this one? I don't think you ever said if you liked the movie or not, or if I don't.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I took my daughter to see it 3 times, but that was mostly because she had a crush on the new Falcon.
Joaquin.
Yeah, she really liked him. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. The only Marvel movie this year that I really was disappointed by was Fantastic Four, which is sad because I expected it to be my favorite.
I had a blast with that one.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it, I love the fact that it wrapped up some or followed up on some Hulk storylines that we never thought were going to get wrapped up or followed up on because
Whoa.
15 years have passed. So.
Yeah, I mean, am I happy that they followed him up? Yeah. Do I necessarily like how they followed them up? Not really.
I agree.
And I mean, but also I think the best comic movie this year was Thunderbolts.
I agree.
Oh
with
yeah.
that.
Yeah, Thunderbolts was I when it comes to Marvel, I'd say Thunderbolts was the best, then Captain America, then Fantastic Four, but Superman was better than all of them. Just saying.
Random salute. I want to say hi to Matthew V. Haynes, who was just in the chat. What's up, Matthew?
Matthew.
Oh my God!
Hope you're doing okay,
I haven't seen
man.
Matthew in forever. You know,
And-
we've streamed together like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Shit.
Good to see you, Matthew.
Hey, buddy.
Hope you're doing okay, Matthew, man.
You don't know me, but hi.
You definitely should stop in sometime. I know you've been really busy with life and stuff, but we would love to have you around if you want to stop in.
First time I interacted with Busy was with Matthew, and we were talking about Venom 2.
What a time.
So this pizza is like late night, greasy New York pizza. But it's always good. So for me anyway.
I see them talking about Drive Away Dolls in the chat. I gotta say, Drive Away Dolls and Honey Don't, man, are they disappointing movies. We got to get the brothers back together.
Matthew, just hit me up on anywhere, Insta, Discord, Twitter, wherever, and let me know, and we'll get you on, man. We'd love to have you one night. All right, so before we jump into our topic for tonight, our bonus topic, here are the choices for the poll. All right, this is for the next bonus topic we get
For Monday?
Top 5. Okay. Top 5 best sidekicks in comic book movies.
Oh.
So sidekick characters. And we can even do TV shows. So comic book movies, comic book TV shows. Top 5 women in comics. Now we're talking about like in the comics themselves, like the super powered characters, supporting characters, just women in comics in general. So think like MJ, Sue Storm, Wonder Woman, stuff like that. All right. Top 5 best movie soundtracks. I keep putting that in there, hoping that one day it'll win, but
that's a good one.
we'll see. Top 5.
My Rotten Tomatoes thing to win.
Yeah. Top 5 favorite movies without sequels.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, so great movies that did not get sequels, even if they set them up. If it was a good movie, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. So those are the ones we're doing right now. So go ahead and vote on those.
I put my vote in.
Matthew goes, I've been lurking in streams, a few streams. Yeah. Okay.
I don't watch movies that don't have sequels.
Wow.
If it's not going to continue, what's the point? Why would I invest if I know it's not going to continue?
What? Where did that argument happen? I forget.
We were talking about on my stream the other night. We were talking about the how James Gunn announcing that the DCU wasn't going to continue.
I remember.
Made people not go see it, and I'm like, okay, but why? What does A have to do with B? Like they're still telling stories. Like just because you know you're not getting a sequel doesn't mean you can enjoy this story that's in front of you right now.
No, I agree with you. We got a $10 super chat from Lone Wolf coming in strong with $10. Character I'd like to see down the road in Marvel is Hope Summers. Okay. Surge. All right. Sage. More recent characters. That's fine. Darkhawk for sure. I'd love to see that character.
Yeah.
Arrow. Moonstone. Oh my God.
Moonstone could have been in the fucking
Oh, yes, because
could have been in the Thunderbolt.
She pretended to be Captain Marvel when Captain Marvel wasn't, when they were doing the whole Dark Avengers thing.
They didn't have Moonstone. They didn't have Songbird, Whirlwind, nobody.
I actually think Moonstone is an extremely cool fucking character, so I would love to have Moonstone.
That's how I feel about Songbird, honestly. You want to pull up that one question that got asked for the panel?
Let's see. NFL Super Pro. Oh my God, I remember that comic.
Oh Lord.
Right here.
Yeah. I just thought that was cool. So
Man, that's a good one.
I've done enough before. But
I'll show you mine. I gotta go get it. It's in the other room. Hold on.
Long
Love it.
live the king.
oh, nice.
I love that.
I have a Ripley one that I was proud that I got before I could find any more. I have like just like it's not connected, but they're two separate ones. But I have Lucy and Ricky Ricardo from I Love Lucy Funko Pops.
That's cool.
That's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know. Wait, did they have ones of Fred and Ethel?
I would be shocked if they didn't, but I only saw those two, and I'm like, I gotta have those.
There you go. So these are ones that so yes, this is technically 2. I'm cheating, whatever, but these are just joined at the hip, so I got to do it. These are out of all the ones I have, I'm going with Transformers G1, Optimus, and Megatron. These are probably my answer.
Also, I have Harris and Dula and Sabine Wren from Rebels, and I adore those Funko Pops.
All right, I've got 2 here that are amongst my favorites. Vincent from the Black Hole, and
The Disney movie?
That's so good.
This is my favorite one right here.
I love that. I have a Nightcrawler Funko
Nice.
somewhere, but I want that one.
I got this Nightcrawler one.
Actually, no, I want the one that. Yeah, that one. I want that one.
I got this Nightcrawler.
97 with the swords? Yeah.
Yeah,
I want that one so badly.
Eric, these were the ones I was shown before.
The goal is to one day have a big ass office or man cave where I can have like a ton of walls, and each wall will represent something. So I'll have my X-Men wall. I'll have my that's dope.
Those are great.
One.
Yeah. Somewhere I have a. Oh, is that the one from the movie? Nice.
Yeah, that's from X2.
I will die on this hill. The greatest movie robot of all time, Robbie.
Danger.
No, that's the Lost in Space robot.
Oh, that's right.
This is one that Darren will appreciate.
Oh no.
Oh.
Doc Hudson.
Yeah.
I don't love cars.
All right. So who is
I had
staying?
to whisper that. He's like,
Who is staying
I'm
for the?
I don't know.
Who's staying for the top 5 list? I know Ronan's got one.
I mean, I guess I can. Kidding.
Although I'm still putting out my shows.
And that Zombie Strains one that I've shown off before is probably one of my favorites too.
Zombie strains.
Yeah. Have you not seen that one?
Look at this. I'm polishing Robbie's helmet with a moist towelette. You could say I'm giving Robbie a wetty over here.
Yeah.
That is the word of that's the way. Yeah. That is the word of the stream.
All right.
You say "wetty" 3 times and it'll appear.
Whenever anybody says the secret word, scream real loud.
This is not Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Everyone screams when
It could be Pee Wee's Playhouse.
everyone screams when I say wetty.
People actually call our house Pee Wee's Playhouse. I don't know if you guys have seen me walk around before, but
Well,
we have an actual cherry in our living room.
What?
Well, did you go insane like Pee Wee did?
I mean, you'd have to see my house. It's pretty crazy. I think the only person here that's seen like other rooms in my house is Darren, honestly.
I've seen bits of it for sure.
All right, boys. I think I'm gonna head out for the night.
All right, Ronan, have a good night. Thanks
Have
for
a
being
good
here.
one. It was cool seeing Matthew in the chat, and then hopefully I'll see some of y'all mañana. Take care,
See
y'all.
ya,
Have fun.
buddy. Bye bye.
Yes.
This wheel is a lot smaller. Oh, damn it, Ronan left.
Lone Wolf. Yeah, I need to figure it out. I'll look at it as soon as we're done here, and then I'll watch it. We'll watch it on Monday. Thank you for the super chat, by the way.
Stuck in my head, damn it.
All right, so pizza is good, and donuts are bad for tonight. So
I don't know what you're smoking. Donuts are great. I'm kidding.
well, for tonight they're bad.
I'm kidding.
All right, I guess I found my picks.
All right, see you later, Darth.
Yeah, I found mine too.
I'm gonna see tonight if we can make it through this list without you guys picking mine, because
There's a couple that I know me and Jake are going to be like eyeing, like a Western drawl.
Yeah, it's like
I think there's going to be a lot of crossover tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one that's like everyone I think is going to go for it that I like. So I'm like, all right, let's see who picks it.
All right, well, we're gonna spin the wheel.
Or not like, but don't hate, I guess.
I will go last as usual. Pizza's for when you agree. Donuts when you disagree.
Damn it.
Okay.
Damn it.
So Jake is up first. All right.
Man, that was a clincher.
I'm realizing how many shows I just haven't finished. I start them, I just don't finish them.
Darren, you're second.
Darren is second.
Okay.
I've been having a string of good luck on these rolls lately.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to do like we do clockwise normally. So that's how we're going to go. All right. With that being said, we're going to jump into this. By the way, make sure, hold on. We got our super chats done. I think we're caught up on all of them. Okay. All right. With that being said, Jake, these, by the way, people in the chat, the list tonight is worst series or season finale of a TV show. And you can give a little bit about why you believe that is. So
I guess I could do that.
All right. With that being said, Jake, what is your first choice? Go ahead.
All right. So this is the one that, and these aren't really in any particular order. This is one of the ones that I had a feeling me and Darren might be competing for, but he's probably going to get me back later, so it's probably going to end up being fair for him at the end of the night. This one was depressing. I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way. The Flash. I'm going to go ahead and get that one out of the way, rip the Band-Aid off. That series finale.
I didn't put it on my list specifically because I knew somebody else was going to get it.
No, I know. I was hoping I would get to that one first. I mean, let's be honest. That series finale, and be honest,
God.
most of that final season genuinely sucked. And like that whole final arc was horribly structured. They brought back a lot of beloved villains just to embarrass them, waste them in these horrible confrontations, and none of them interact with Barry. I mean, yes, I know Grant had COVID, which made shooting difficult, but even still, you know, like characters like Zoom, who was such a threat in the past, are just embarrassed. Avatar, like they have a whole thing here with like between him and Nora that doesn't feel personal in the slightest, even though it's technically a father and daughter. Godspeed pretty much always sucked, and he remained a terrible character in that episode. And you know, you have a character who like develops a new power every episode, essentially one-shotting like 50 fucking Godspeeds or however many are in there. But there are just so many issues with that finale. And honestly, I don't blame the actors for this, but the supporting cast of that show, character-wise, is one of the worst I've ever seen in a TV show, specifically the supporting cast of the later seasons. And so much of that final season focused on them. And it did not help the fact that the final cut to the Flash logo ever was not about Barry. It was not about the Flash. It was about fucking Daniel Nicolette's character. And, you know, when the episode focuses on Barry and Iris's ending, it's decent. The actual final scene, I enjoy. You know, like it's a hopeful nature with Barry running off and, you know, giving his.
So you got a donut from Chris. 2 donuts, actually.
Okay. But no, I liked that part of it. But man, that final season was really difficult to watch aside from those 2 really good episodes. Yeah, that finale just sucked. Like would it have been cool if like that team of speedsters went up against a well-established, you know, superhero team? Sure. But that final team consists of probably the worst group of superheroes in the entire Arrowverse. And it doesn't feel like an episode of The Flash for most of it. It just feels like a superhero team episode where Barry is, yes, the leader, but each one of those characters gets to contribute equally. It's littered with plot holes that just don't make any sense. And I just hate what they did to certain characters. Thawne literally sucks in the finale, and I mean,
Man, you feel very passionately about this one.
Yeah,
This is
like we had just had Thawne have a great appearance from Letcher like 2 episodes prior,
Mhm.
and then they bring back Kavanaugh yet again, and this is I'd say tied for his worst appearance ever with the end of season 8. It's like those two are the worst he's ever done on the show.
Yeah,
and yeah, like they were teasing Cobalt Blue for God knows how long on this show. And yeah, he was better than Red Death, but he still sucked.
yeah. Chris,
yeah,
yes,
was
donuts were bad. Pizza's good, donuts bad.
Yeah, that was just rough. So I had to go ahead and get that one out of the
Darren
way.
had to mark it off his list because I'm sure.
I just had to rip the Band-Aid off, but Darren's probably about to get me back. So
okay, so Darren, you're up first. Next,
I
what
don't
is
know
your?
if I am.
next
I don't
one?
know.
you sure?
I don't think so. I mean, who
I
knows?
mean, I don't have any Ben 10 on my list, so
I mean, they all end good. Okay, let's go with this one. This whole show is bad. It isn't just the final episode, but the final episode is one of the worst final episodes of a show I have ever seen in my life. Fuck Secret Invasion. Holy shit! What a bad final episode.
I'm going to argue with you on that one. That was rough.
Listen,
yeah,
that was
I
bad.
gave Secret Invasion more love than it deserved. I was for a minute trying to defend a lot of it, and I was even kind of enjoying it for a couple episodes there. But by episode 5, I was like, "Dang, this isn't feeling right." And then, what is it like? Yeah, it was final episode 6. I've never seen a show give up so quickly. Like, it's not even like they tried and they failed at doing it. I could at least respect that. They were literally like, "Oh shit, we have a new movie we have to get to next year. All right, wrap it up, guys. Let's go home." It's like, you just started your story. You literally just set up your story. You're like, "Nope, we have the Marvels to go to. Let's go do that." It's like, what are we doing?
Jason says it doesn't count. The whole series
is-
was shit.
It's
You
still,
know,
but individually, it's one of the worst actual endings to a show I've. It's so bad.
That whole
Holy
project
shit.
is just the Love and Thunder of Phase 5, just the standout worst project.
Actually, you know what? Go ahead, Darren. Sorry, get off your
There's like
chest.
moments in there that I like there's that great scene where I feel like Nick Fury's arc is about to come full circle. He has in this great speech about how he shows like remorse for like what he's done. It's like, okay, this is what I'm begging for. And it's not him. It's Daya pretending. Dog, this is what the whole season.
You know it's bad whenever Darren says dog.
I know.
Stupid.
All right. So before we move on from that, I never found out, Joe, did you like Secret Invasion? Did you watch that show?
Oh no, it was awful.
Yeah.
But if I could real quick respond to Chevany there, who says, "Would anyone be upset if it got retconned out of existence?" Yes, I would hate that. I don't like the show, but you did it. You made it. Live with it. I think that is so cheap to just say like, "Oh well, that didn't work out, so it didn't happen."
Oh, you mean like they did with the DCEU?
Listen,
the DCEU happened. It's just they're finished with it, but it happened in that universe.
Say what you will, and I don't like how they handled it. I like what they did with Rhodey at the end. Like, I love the story potential of that and that story. The issue is I don't think we're ever getting back to it. I think they're going to pretend it didn't happen. Like, I was so excited. Are we even ever going to
see Rhodey again?
The potential of Armored Wars and his arc following Secret Invasion could have been incredible.
I actually think that part of the reason Armor Wars didn't happen is because of Secret Invasion.
That and then the Downey stuff. Because then they realized, oh shit, we can't do both. We can't do the story about the passing of Iron Man and his legacy, and then immediately bring Robert Downey Jr. back as our main. Like, it doesn't work. Right. I don't think you don't have the time for it. Like, maybe if they had more time, they could have, but they don't.
And they already filled Far From Home with a lot of the passing of the Iron Man stuff, so.
Yeah. I would have preferred it.
Right. No, I'm not saying Far From Home should have done it, but they did it.
I don't think it has to be passed on. I think you could have both. Like I mean, he's not Iron Man. He's sure. No. I'm not saying like passing it on, but I'm saying like the whole story was about Tony's armors like going into the wrong hands because of his death. Like it was the consequence of Tony's death, and I don't know if that works as much if there's like an evil, like someone with the face of.
But
Tony
think about this also. Rhodey was gone for a long time, meaning that when they bring him back for Armor Wars, what is the emotional weight of that, considering he missed a lot of it?
I exactly like I think that's the fascinating bits of like, who am I at this point?
Armor Wars should have happened before Secret Invasion,
and Secret Invasion should have been
a movie.
No, it probably should have been 2 movies. Honestly.
No, it should have been in the movies. I feel like it should have been a movie story, not something on TV.
It should have been. Should have been.
Maybe this is a hot take or whatever, but I think that the LMD storyline was a better Secret Invasion than the Secret Invasion storyline.
Oh, that's a cold take. That is 100%.
That's an ice cold take.
I still stand by. Like, I think the idea of what they were trying to do here, I like a lot, but I think this should have just been set up for the movie, right? Like, I really like the idea of a Nick Fury centered series setting up this Skrull invasion and all leading to this big point, and then it's like, oh, holy shit, this is.
You know what? This might be a hot take. But I think Nick Fury is cooler when you know less about him.
Yeah,
I think he progressively got more corny the more we knew about his personal life. Yeah. Because when he just kind of shows up and does stuff, or like with Captain Marvel, where he's like a supporting character to Carol Danvers or whatever. That works, but once you peel back the curtain and you see him sitting at home drinking coffee with a wife and all this other stuff, it takes away the mystery of Nick Fury, in my opinion.
He was at his best in Winter Soldier whenever he presents him in this way of, nobody knows this, nobody shares the secrets because nobody knows them all except you, right? And he's like, oh, I share. And like that little bit that you get between him and Steve in the elevator where he's like, yeah, my granddad was a worker on these elevators. Those little bits, you can make those moments, hit, but there's still so much about Fury you don't know at that point.
I would have liked it a lot more, and again, not in the show we got, thank God. But like, I really thought they were going to kill him in Secret Invasion. Like, I really liked the idea of doing this like introspective series, or like this like introspective look on him as the final story of Nick Fury. He dies at the end because of the Skrulls, and that leads to like Avengers 5, like a Secret Invasion Avengers 5 kind of thing.
All right,
but that's not what I do. Sorry.
No, that's okay. No, I don't mind. I love talking about that show. Is fascinating to me because it was so poorly conceived. Like it's like no one was cooking at all. Every single dish is undercooked or the wrong ingredients.
There were too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Poor Maria Hill. That pisses me off still.
In defense of the show, the first 2 episodes were interesting to me, and then it just fell off a cliff. Then it fell off a cliff after that.
There's even there are good scenes in Secret Invasion. Like, there are some very well put together scenes, but as a whole, I think as you go through, you're like looking back at those episodes, you're like, something just wasn't right. Like there was something wrong from the very beginning. And it takes you a while to realize it, but like once you do, it's like, yeah.
All right. With that being said, Joe, what is your first choice?
All right. Normally, I would go. I would build up to my number 1, but since I'm convinced someone on this panel is going to have it, I'm just going to go right to my number 1, Smallville. I think it's the worst final episode I've ever seen of a series. I don't
have it on there, but I didn't like it.
Your whole thing was building up to he becomes Superman, and we don't get a single shot of him in the suit, not one. Their wedding gets disrupted at the altar. They're at the altar getting married. Their wedding gets disrupted, so they get married 7 years later. I'm sorry, you're at the altar and something happens and your wedding doesn't happen. And you don't say like, well, we're going to try again in a month or something. You wait 7 damn years. And then the whole season, the big thing was, how's he going to defeat Darkseid? How's he going to defeat Darkseid? And the way he defeats Darkseid is to just fly through him. That's it. He just flew through him and then he dissipates. And that was it. Wow.
The show should have ended in season 7 when Lex left.
No. It got better.
I don't know about that though, because we got the Doomsday season and that was really good. I hated this final episode.
The only good thing I think that happened after season 7 was all the like Justice League stuff.
The show doesn't get good until 5. Like 5 through 10 is the peak of Smallville.
Oh,
I think season 2 is still the best season.
1 through 3 is rough.
Season 2 when Christopher Reeve showed up, and that I love that.
Yeah, season. That was a good.
I mean, yeah.
I love all of Smallville though. So
All right. We're moving on to Jake. What is your second choice?
So I really thought this was going to get picked in the first round as one of the obvious ones, but I'll go ahead and get this one out of the way. Someone probably has this on their list. This is one of the most infamous TV endings of all time because it was a great series. A lot of people were digging it. And then the finale really shit the bed.
Okay.
And that's this little show called Lost.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
That's one of my favorite final episodes.
One of the greatest final episodes to ever exist.
Wow.
I agree.
Perfect finale.
Jake, you got 2 against 1.
Yeah, if we were making a list of best series finales, I'd have that one.
Beautiful ending.
I'm just gonna be honest. The ending wasn't for me. It really wasn't for me.
Well, it's your list, so yeah.
Do you think that they die though?
Huh?
Is that your ending? Do you think that they've been dead the whole time? Is that what you think happens in like?
Oh no.
Agree. Yes. Okay. Good.
No.
That's my thing. Where like people are, oh they're all dead. It's like,
Purgatory the whole time.
Yeah.
That's not the ending.
No, it's not. I mean,
No. Okay. Good. Okay.
I will say that one good thing that did come out of that ending was a joke that was made about it, and I wouldn't be in character if I didn't bring this up, but a joke that was made about it in one of the Arkham games, because you have Joker talking about this whole thing where he goes, like, you don't really want all the answers right now. Imagine your favorite TV show. They give you these little breadcrumbs, and then bang, they tell you what it's all about. Were you happy? Did it make sense? How come it all ended in a church? Like, I love that joke to that finale. But no, that last episode, I remember being pissed off when I watched that.
Why?
You're putting him on the spot, Darren. Putting him on the spot.
Okay. The whole. Do I think that they're dead? No, but no, I don't. But the ending was just like, and I don't even mind ambiguous endings sometimes, but for some reason, I don't even know if I can fully articulate.
Lone
why,
Wolf says Lost ending was awful and confusing.
That one just really got on my nerves.
Okay.
That ending really got on my nerves.
Chris says, I haven't watched Lost, but I know the story, and it sounded dumb.
I like a lot of the show. I really do like a lot of the show. And even like a majority of that last season.
Darren is ready to fight over this one. He's got his sword down there on the table and everything.
That's like the one that I'm willing to fight for, just because I think it gets so. But to be fair, I think most people just don't understand the ending, as I think the issue. I think people. Like, it's that, like, they were dead the whole
time.
Darren,
I see what Darren's saying. He's like, people that don't like it are stupid. So, I mean, like...
Jake's not.
It's all right, Darren. You can put a label on me. It's okay.
All right.
There is one final episode that I will fight over if it ends up on anyone's list. But I think anybody... it's usually on lists of the greatest series finales of all time. So, if anyone... I think it's almost undisputed. So...
All right. So, Darren, what is your next choice? Get ready, because Jake is going to come at you hard no matter what it is. So.
I don't think he'll go hard for this one. I mean, this is such I'll not say it again, a basic bitch answer. This one's like, it's on a lot of people's most hated of all time. I just watched this for the first time this year, and it still pissed me off. The original Dexter.
I can see that. I
never understood why people didn't like that ending.
It is.
I never got it.
Listen, season 8. I think actually season 8 gets sometimes a little bit too much flack for what it does. I actually think they do a lot of really, really cool things in that final season. It just ends though. They are building up to such an interesting conclusion, and in the last like 10 minutes they're like, oh shit, it's the final episode, all right, let's kill blank and let's do this and let's do that and let's wrap it up really quickly, and now he's in Canada. It's like, whoa, this is not a in the last 5 minutes do this is a... I
see some pizzas for this one, Darren, so...
Which is, but again, like like it's so, and they don't wrap up any of the other characters that aren't directly Dexter. All the characters are just, they don't wrap anything up. Now, I'm grateful for it
Ooh.
now.
Lone Wolf says the New Blood ending is worse.
I disagree personally, but I understand.
I don't understand
But-
how people didn't like that one either. Like, I prefer the first ending, but I don't know what people want from Dexter. Quite frankly, I don't know how people want Dexter to end.
But I am grateful for the bad ending now because we got Resurrection, which is one of the best Dexter seasons.
Is that getting another season?
Yes, it is. It just got
Okay.
picked up for season 2.
Okay.
It is. If you guys like Dexter, if you have not seen it, watch Resurrection. It is very, very good.
Okay.
See, I thought the final Dexter had a powerful ending because we always heard his inner monologue. We always heard what he was thinking. And suddenly we end the series on a close-up of his face and we don't hear anything. And I thought, this was his destiny. He can't be around other people because and we saw it in Resurrection again this year. The people he loves are always going to end up dead because of who he is. I thought that was really super powerful. That final shot of him in silence with no inner monologue anymore. Like, you have to be alone. You cannot be with others because you bring death to them.
I don't necessarily disagree. I think it's how we get there. Like, it just happens too fast. And how they treat a certain character, I think is very disrespectful with I'm not mad she ended up in that way, but it's how they handled it, in my opinion. And I like if there was more build up to that actual moment, I would have been more into it. All right, that's all I have.
All right. You got a lot of pizza slices though. So, all right, Joe, what is your next choice?
All right, another notorious one. I think everybody hates this finale, but I'm going to be fair here and say not only is the finale bad, I think like the last 3 seasons were bad. This was a show that went on way too many seasons.
I think I know this.
How I Met Your Mother.
Yep.
How I Met Your Mother lasted maybe 3 seasons longer than it should have, and it ended with just a tremendously bad episode where we find out it was never about the mother. No, that never mattered. And then we found out they came up with that finale in season 2. They were, but the show evolved and changed, and the way they wanted to take it no longer really made sense. But they're like, oh no, we're gonna stick with this thing we came up with 7 years ago.
Wow, Cheveny's throwing a lot of donuts your way, Joe.
At me or at Darren? How do we know?
I think it's you because it
he's not
came after
naming
you started talking.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe. Was it Joe or Darren Cheveny? I'm just curious.
Somebody likes the How I Met. I thought it was pretty much unanimous. Everyone hated that one.
Jason, we are not through with the list yet. Somebody might have that on their list. Okay, Jake, number 3. What you got?
So there was another one that I thought Joe was going to say whenever he started talking, because it's a show that I think was also it was bad in its last season and quite frankly bad in its last 3. Another one of the more infamous ones. Might take this from somebody. Apologize in advance, but this is one that I'm pretty sure everybody can agree on. But Joe probably loves this. That's Game of Thrones. I'm going to go ahead and go with that one. And
I didn't watch it.
I mean,
I figured someone would take it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, the last 3 seasons.
If you could see what happened in the last episode, it's like there's no light whatsoever. It's so dark in the scene.
Right. Yeah. I mean, not only is it like just bad story wise, but it is horribly shot. And it's like it really moves at like a breakneck speed. Whenever you get into those last few seasons, because the pacing is just rushed. And I mean, let's be honest, it was because by the time they got to that point in the show, it was there was a lack of source material from George R. R. Martin to adapt. So they kind of just had to, what's the saying? Fly by the seat of their pants, I guess. And like Daenerys's whole turn just comes out of nowhere. Really, like I really don't like how that happens, and they really fuck over the whole White Walker threat too. And I really didn't like how they paid that off, and I could rant about that finale for probably like half an hour, but yeah, it was terrible.
I like
right.
that final season a lot more than most people, and even then, I'm like, yeah, the finale. Like, I think people really just like single in on that final episode a lot. Of like, yes, because that is a truly bad episode. But then, like, I think a lot of season 8 isn't as bad as a lot of people say. But that episode is.
Fair. But I mean, like I said, like season 6, 7, and 8, I think is really where it starts to go down.
Yeah. All right, Darren, what is your next one?
Oh shoot. Yeah. This is my number 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is more of a recent one, but it is truly one of the worst endings of any show I've ever seen. Umbrella Academy.
Oh,
no spoilers. I haven't gotten to the final episode yet.
I haven't seen any of it.
So you don't. I don't think you have to spoil it to explain in general why you don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I do a little bit, but
Okay.
but I won't. I won't.
I could take my headphones off if you want to talk. Just give me a signal when you're done.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right.
I mean, you know, I can be quick about it.
Okay.
Just saying,
There
like,
you go.
they probably one of the most single unlikable things they do with every single character. What they do in that final season.
It was a downgrade. It was such a downgrade from the rest of the show.
It was such a travesty. Every character has the most I guess, you know, they all kind of have the same ending. I'm down with the whole like us having to die to save the universe, but it's done in the most unlikable way. The characters die all hating each other. The characters are having affairs. They're yelling at each other. They're screaming. They are just some of the most characters I loved in seasons 1 and 2. I love that cast of characters, and by the end, I hate all of them. They all are horrible, horrible people.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stop there for joke and put
Okay.
on his things, but
I'm kind of glad I didn't watch the show now.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that means you're done because
Yes.
Darren gave me
Yeah.
the Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
So yeah, like when Cookie Monster showed up in the final episode and murdered everybody.
Right. Yeah, so.
Wait a minute. So it was the best finale of all time?
All right, Joe. What is your third one?
My third one is another one that's probably on more than one list. Enterprise.
Oh, when they tried to make it seem like it was a recreation of a like when they had the next gen people come in.
I thought about that.
Yeah. Now I will be kind to this episode. A lot of people are really, really harsh on it. I understand what they were trying to do on paper, and I actually think it was a good idea on paper. It just didn't work in execution. But they were trying to acknowledge the fact that this was the final episode of 18 years of continuous Star Trek. So they're like, let's tie it all together. Let's bring the next generation crew back because that's where we started. We'll connect it back to where this 18. Okay, cool idea. But you kind of screwed over the cast of the series that's actually ending.
Yeah, because they didn't get a proper wrap up without like looking as if they were a holodeck simulation, which is awful.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, my hats off to them for where they were trying to go, but I say it doesn't work.
Yeah. Okay. Jake, we are at your fourth choice, almost at the end of your list. What do you got for us?
So I guarantee this one's not on anyone else's list because I might be the only one here who's even seen this show.
Okay.
And it's this show that was on MTV about a decade back. And it only ran
Teen
for
Wolf?
No. I thought about that one.
Sorry, if Michael J. Fox isn't in it, it's not Teen Wolf. We'll die
that's
on that
true.
hill.
But no, and the funny thing is I actually like this final episode, but as a finale, it's pretty bad because it wasn't meant to be the finale, but they kind of just got dealt the short straw. And it got predicted right there in the chat. Jasmine called it.
Finding Carter.
Finding Carter, yeah. I actually liked that series quite a bit, and that final episode, I like what it was setting up, but then it didn't go anywhere. Because like there's a character that meets their end. I'll say that, and then like for the first half of the episode is trying to figure out who, And then once you figure out who done it, you're thinking, is this person going to come clean? Are they not? Are they going to be a fugitive? There's also this other B plot that's happening in the episode. So like as an episode, it's well structured, like everything's kind of culminating. But I remember just watching that, and then I had read shortly after that they weren't getting a third season. I'm like, what the hell was the point of this then? Like I loved it for about 5 minutes, and then I read that it wasn't continuing, and I was like, okay, well now I kind of hate this. I still like that show, but I would I think it's even streaming on Hulu. So if anybody wants to go check it out, again, you might get pissed off, but I still enjoyed the show. But man, that ending, ugh, again, the episode isn't bad, but as a finale, it kind of sucks.
Okay, that brings us to Darren. What is your fourth choice?
My fourth pick, and this kind of goes down to like the final season as a whole, because I think like the actual technical final couple minutes of this is pretty actually decent, but it's everything leading to this. I'm not a fan of. I don't even know if anyone here watched the show, The 100 over at the CW.
I actually just started watching that show.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in season 1 on Netflix.
Okay. Oh, dude,
I unfortunately finished that show.
Okay,
you were in for a ride, and you would not. I won't say what I was about to say for a lot of this. Don't you worry. But if I did, you would never believe the things that would come out of my mouth.
It's a weird ride. Like where the show starts and where it ends up is so like bonkers. Which
for the first couple of seasons is actually what I like about it. Like I like the unpredictableness of that show and where it leads. The final season kind of loses its mind a little bit though. It's very ambitious. It's trying new things and new concepts.
Joe's gonna have to come back and tell you whether he agrees with you or not, because he'll see it and then he's gonna come in and let you know what he thinks about it. So I will say this: there is a decision they make with one particular character that is one of the most insane decisions that I've ever seen someone make with a beloved character, and it's like, I can't believe you did that. And the way it all kind of leads to and what they're doing, it's very sloppy, it's very convoluted. There's points in that final season where it's like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? And some of it was like actor availability and things that they were doing there. And like the actual ending itself, I actually think is kind of cool, but like leading there is kind of a hard watch to get there. And it hurts because it is just one of my favorite shows of all time. So yeah. All right. So that brings us to Joe.
All right,
your fourth one?
This is going to be a controversial one because I think a lot of people really like this ending. But frankly, it just bummed me out. Great series, but I hated the final episode of The Good Place. It just kind of made me...
That's kind of out of left field for me. I never thought anybody would pick that. That's kind of
I just watched that, and I thought it was one of the greatest finales I've ever seen in my life.
I found it depressing. I'm like, they're just, can I give spoilers for The Good Place? I don't know. I don't know. I walked away bummed out by it.
Thanks, Keely.
Can I give a rebuttal a little bit?
All right, go for it.
Sure. Do I want to get into spoilers of what bummed me out? Because like, I don't know.
I mean, I've already seen it. I don't care. You can spoil it for me.
All right. Chad, if you haven't seen the final episode of The Good Place, here it comes. Mute your speakers, whatever. Several of the characters choose to go into nothingness, and I found that just depressing. And someone's like, "Oh, well, they made that choice." It's like, "Oh, okay," but still, I've been following these characters. I grew to like these characters, and then these characters chose to, I don't want to exist anymore. And I walked away just feeling empty. Like, you made me like these guys. That's not how I wanted to see them end.
Sure.
I don't know. It really bothered me.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's fair. I also think there's something kind of beautiful about an ending, though. Like, it isn't. Yes, it's a little shocking for us because we were watching it over the course of like an hour-long episode. But they've lived thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years. And I think there's something beautiful about living the perfect life and finding everything that you want in a life, and
In the good
everything
place
that you
or the
have.
bad place. But
There, I think there's something special about being able to live your perfect life and then being able to say, and that's it. And I think any good story can only be good if it has an end, if it has a conclusion. Is it sad? Oh yes. Oh, I watched it like a month ago for the first time. Bawled my eyes out more than I've ever cried during a final season of TV. But I kind of think that's what makes it special. Is that like?
But you see, I think the fact that they're already dead is what makes it a bummer. Because if I'm watching a show like, the second, like this, was it the second to last? Or no, it was the last episode of Enterprise. We find out that Trip died. I mean, we didn't see his death. It was like, oh yeah, Trip's dead.
Right.
Okay, that's probably a bad example because we didn't see him die. Let's say you're watching a show and the main character dies.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
We don't know what happens when you're dead. So his story in life is over. But what happens to that character next? None of us know. None of us know. Some of us, if you're an atheist, you may believe it's nothing. You may believe he goes on to a better place. You could believe any number of things, but there's a mystery there. This show is basically telling us, oh no, they just cease to exist. And I don't know. It's
like,
just me. Because I know people love it.
But like, I'd argue we kind of do know where they go. They get to go back into the earth and they get to start anew. They like, you end the show with their essence falling back to earth and starting the cycle over again, and being, I don't know, it being this whole kind of full circle moment. I definitely understand why it would make you sad, because it is a crushing ending, right? Like, it isn't like, I guess I would argue the feeling that you're feeling while watching that is kind of the point, and it is why it's special. You don't have to like it for sure. Like, I fully understand. I guess the reason why you don't like it though is also the reason I love it. So it's, I guess you're valid in that feeling.
All right. Well, there we go.
Not to take over your list, Joe. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Joe, any thoughts on that, or you good?
No, I knew that was a controversial choice because I always see people say they liked how that show ended. So.
Yeah. All right, Jake, we are at your final choice. What do you got?
All right. So I started this list with a comic book show, and I'm going to end it with another one.
Oh, wow.
And I'll say this. A lot of this show was a mess. There were moments I liked here and there. Maybe a season or two that I enjoyed somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
But like some other people have said tonight, this finale is probably one of the worst just episodes of TV, period, that I've seen, and especially an ending to a season or a series. That's Supergirl.
Oh, it's a beautiful finale.
I knew you were going to get pushed back on that. I don't necessarily disagree with Jake, but I understand. I knew you were going to get pushed back on it.
I get it. I get
that
it.
That ending is just such a mess. I mean, the whole, Lex and the Nixie Spitalik, whatever the female imp is, I hated the way that was done. Also, it was horribly shot from a filmmaking standpoint or like a TV standpoint. Like, if you look at those action scenes, whenever they're like holding the crystals at each other and doing this number, the camera just doesn't stop shaking. It's so jarring to watch.
Fight stuff is terrible.
There's also that one, I can't even remember the character's name, but there's that one scene where the guy's like standing on top of a bus and doing this number, talking to everybody, like hunched over the entire time. I don't get that shtick at all. And like, they bring together like a weird mix of characters, some horrifyingly bad dialogue in those fight scenes. I don't understand how that made it from writing process to filming to air, and everybody just said, yeah, that's good. and it didn't even really feel like an ending. It just felt like a typical season finale, because like and I'll contrast that with another Arrowverse show that had a similar thing happen in their 6th season. So look at how Arrow's 6th season ended with him revealing himself. You saw the fallout from that, and you saw what happened. Like, you saw what happened in the next 2 seasons afterward. With Supergirl, it didn't really do anything because they were ending the series, so you never got to see any of that effect, any of that fallout. And they screwed, I think, a lot of good characters out of that. Like, I did not like Martian Manhunter's ending. Alex, they didn't really give it ending to, because she was appearing in the Flash crossover that they were doing later.
Open.
Yeah. But I mean, quality of that show aside, like I always enjoyed Melissa as Kara, even though she was not written well a lot of the time. But that finale was very, very difficult to sit through. Like, that finale made the Flash season 7 look like Arrow season 5. That's how bad it was.
I'm mixed on it, because I think that the first half of that is bad. Like, everything with the fighting is bad. I love the wedding stuff, though. I love everything with the wedding, and
my dislike of it was the almost the very end of it, like where she reveals her identity in a world where other people that their identities are secret, and she kind of put them at risk by doing that. And look, you can't necessarily end a series always thinking about the repercussions it's going to cause to other shows that are connected to it. But when you have an opportunity to go, I'm going to end this in a way that doesn't negatively affect those shows, you could have done that. So kudos to them for telling the story that makes sense for Supergirl, but it's also annoying when you have a greater universe that you're not thinking about with that choice.
And at that point, we thought Superman and Lois was still on Earth Prime. So what sort of ramifications would that have had for them?
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, we never saw it. It's just really, really rough. And I mean, yeah, they brought Helen Slater back, which was cool and all. But there was one of the worst scenes ever with her, where she just pulls up out of nowhere with a shotgun, aiming it at an alien, and they go, "Oh, you think in another life I was a Kryptonian?" And then I swear to God, Alex looks at her and goes, "Only in the movies." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like, one, why are you going to reference that god-awful movie? 2, it doesn't even make sense in the context of this. 3, it's just horribly written and delivered.
All right. So, Darren, what is your last choice?
I also started with a superhero show and ending with a superhero show.
Okay.
In fact, another CW show. Surprise. This also kind of goes with my theme of, like, I think this entire show is a god-awful cesspool. I can't believe the show made it to the air. Naomi.
Oh, I felt like that was coming.
God, Naomi. If Naomi has 0 haters, I'm dead. I say that every time, but I hate that ending so much. It is what a slap in the face ending that is. What that entire season they're teasing, guys, Superman's coming. We are building up to this thing. They even put it on the same night as Superman and Lois to
get that brand synergy between the two of them. Yeah.
And then the show ends with her being like, "Yeah, I'm allergic to Superman. Like, we can never be on screen at the same time ever," as their way of letting expectations die. You could have said that episode 1, but you didn't. You didn't, because people wouldn't watch. You knew the entire reason people would watch was because they wanted to see Superman.
Because she's a Superman. She's a Superman super fan.
Yeah.
And of course, could they have retconned that later on?
Sure.
Possibly, technically, maybe it was building to something. But what a dissatisfying conclusion. And maybe I could let it go if it was good, right? Maybe if there was one thing in the show that I thought was good, I could give it a pass. There wasn't. There was not a single episode in that show.
I thought you were going to say Gotham Knights.
Oh, I like Gotham Knights. I actually love the final episode of Gotham Knights. I think it's a great final episode. Naomi, on the other hand, does not.
Yeah. All right. So, Joe, we are coming to your final choice. So far, so good. My top 5, core 5, have not been taken, so we're good. So, what about you?
All right, I do gotta say, I didn't see the final Supergirl because I bailed on that show at about season 4, I think. And
you I never the perfect time.
The right time.
you know what I bailed when they decided to give up weapons. I'm like, this makes no sense for a military organization.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that,
I'm like-
that gun
Didn't
control
really.
episode is one of their worst.
I loathe giving the Fandom Menace guys even an ounce of credit, but I'm
Uh-huh.
like, this is one where if they
It's
called this out, I
it's
would have
too
to
woke.
say, yeah, you're
It's
right.
actually too woke. It's too woke.
Um,
Go ahead.
but anyway, my final one, and are you ready to throw some donuts at me, Eric?
Oh no! All right, here we go.
Star Trek Voyager.
Oh no, it's fine. I don't mind about that. It's fine.
I feel it's such a missed opportunity. They get back to Earth after 7 years away. They get back to Earth in the final seconds, and we see some fireworks.
Look,
Why
they're in
didn't-
San Diego.
Why didn't we get back to Earth at the beginning of the episode? Why
Right.
didn't we have 2 hours of them reconnecting with family and learning that there was a war while they were gone and rediscovering the world they left behind? Like, I
Mhm.
mean, it felt like such a missed opportunity. Also, I felt like you had an opportunity for Janeway to be the captain who brought her ship home from the other side of the universe.
Mhm.
But instead, at the beginning of the episode, they tell us, oh, yeah, you failed. You didn't get your ship home. It took you X number of years. You became a bitter old woman. And you went into a deep depression. And now you're going back and using time travel to try to change the past.
Right.
So I felt like it was a slap in the face to the Janeway character
Mhm.
as well. Like, it's like, we know left to your own devices, you're going to be a failure. You only with help from a future version of yourself can you get this done.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought
There was a lot. There was a lot of bad things that happened in that show. I still love the show. Like, so it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, it's fine. I mean, they turned into lizards, had sex, and had babies they left on a planet. I mean, it's all kinds of weird shit that happened on that show. So.
Here's one that I'm going to be curious if Eric has on his list or not.
Well, we're done now. So in the chat, whose list did you like so far? Because I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get some disagreements on my list. My cat is, I don't know what she's doing.
I agree with Jay there too. The Seven Chakotay relationship came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I never
Alright.
finished it and I couldn't name it, but shout out to Riverdale, which I heard about.
So, see, that's the thing. I had a feeling. I have no idea how it ends, and I thought someone might bring it up. Like I started the last season, I don't know when, but I've got like 10 episodes left, and I'm like, I should just fucking finish it.
Oh,
But I
you
would-
would not believe how it actually ends.
I would probably have to like start the season over. I mean, just how season 6 ended, I'm like, wait, what the?
I need to finish it. Like since I
uh,
dropped off, they did the multiverse and superpowers and time travel. Like I need to get caught up.
Like
I need to see how it ends.
It's fucking weird. But I mean, granted, I mean, like we watched all those Arrowverse shows, so clearly we're not new to weirdness.
But by the way, the one show I said I would fight for if anybody put it on there was Newhart. If anyone had the final episode of Newhart on there, I would have been like, that is one of the greatest of all time.
I haven't seen it.
All right. So here goes my list. And, obviously probably I'm going to get some disagreements about it. By the way, Joe had 2 Star Trek shows on his list. I know somebody in the chat said Star Trek or whatever. He had 2. He had Enterprise and Voyager. All right. The first one for me, I guess I'm not going to do these in any particular order. The series finale for Battlestar Galactica in 2009.
Yeah, I
like
love
that
that
one.
show too.
I love the show. I love like 90% of that show.
The series finale. Was
The
depressing.
finale was weird as fuck. I didn't like it. It really, what I wanted from it was not some flash forward to the future where we see plastic robots and things like that. Like I just was like, this isn't it for me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't
Yeah.
it didn't vibe with me on what the show was. So for me, that was a big missed opportunity. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong here, for anybody that saw it, it felt to me like it went away from sci-fi and went into like mysticism and
A little bit.
religion a little bit.
You're right, but I feel like it was always there. Because from the early, the earliest seasons, we were being told by the Cylons that God has a plan. God has a plan.
She's over here behind all my Funko Pops. I'm like, what are you doing?
You're about to have a catastrophe.
Yeah, I feel like it. Starbuck was technically an angel, I guess, on the series, which was also weird. It was like 150,000 year epilogue, right? Wasn't that? It was roughly 150,000 years.
I think so.
And you're right, Joe. Like there was a lot from the Cylons in regards to what kind of metaphysical stuff was going on. But I always felt that the show itself, at its core, felt like a grounded military show in space. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it. So heavily leaning into like the metaphysical religious stuff to me felt not great. And look, that's their choice. I didn't really care for it too much. The next one for me is a show that should not have been canceled, but it was, and that's why I don't like the ending of it, because I feel like it got the short end of a stick. I think it was a lot better, and I think it was ahead of its time. And that was Stargate Universe.
Yeah.
Anybody watch that show?
That was one of my runners up. If anybody had named one, I had Stargate.
I thought about putting that on there.
So it had a major cliffhanger when it was just about to get really, really, really good. I mean, it was already very interesting and very cool, but the cliffhanger with them going into like stasis and having one person stay awake and all that was really, really cool. We don't know what is ever going to happen in the Destiny crew unless they did a comic book, which I don't know if they did or not. I just don't understand what they were thinking with a series that I felt like was a very modern, mature take on Stargate as a franchise. I absolutely enjoyed it. Stargate Universe. All right, my next one is a Netflix show, and they had to fight to get what we got, but I still feel like what we got wasn't what I wanted, and that was Sense8.
Never saw Sense8. I gotta see it. I'm a Babylon 5 fan. I know it's J. Michael Straczynski. I gotta check it out.
So their entire last season, did anybody else watch it? Am I the only one? Did you watch it, Jake?
No.
Sense8? Darren? Okay.
Darren, you're muted.
No.
In case anybody does want to watch it, I won't spoil it too much. But the issue was that they did not get their final season. So fans had to sort of get an online petition going for them to wrap the story up.
I remember reading.
So they gave them a 2-hour movie to wrap up the final season. And it just wasn't enough time. It was a huge cast. We're talking like 15 characters, and it just wasn't enough time to wrap up the whole show. All right. Number 4 for me is very recent, as in last week. Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah. I had a feeling someone might pull
of
that.
all time. Jesus.
Yeah, I did not like it. I felt a certain kind of way about it. I think I've gone over so many reasons why, but there were so many odd choices in the second half hour or the second half of the hour that James Gunn made, where I'm like, the beginning was so promising to me. I absolutely loved going into the quantum unfolding chamber, seeing the people at Argus laugh as people were getting slaughtered, because it just showed how far detached they were from everything. The idea these doors are going to lead us to different worlds, what kind of stuff we're going to see, the fact that we didn't know what was going to happen with Earth X. There were so many possibilities in that first half of that episode. And then the second half turns into a bunch of music videos.
Well,
I just didn't like it.
You contrast that to season 1's finale, where they're trying to stop, the butterflies. They're trying to stop a whole alien invasion. What are the stakes in this finale? There's not anything. Yeah,
I was thinking, and I'm like, I really didn't like it, and I feel comfortable putting it in top 5 for me, because I like James Gunn as a director. I think he's made a lot of great stuff. This, even in the after podcast that they did and stuff he said since the finale ended, and how they're posting up the what is it, Foxy Shazam concert or whatever, I'm just like, this doesn't feel right to me. It feels indulgent. Has anybody ever seen the movie Purple Rain with Prince?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
There's a portion of that movie where the club owner tells him that he's doing too much of stuff that he likes that doesn't work for the audience. And he's arguing about it because it is very personal to him. I feel like this season at the very end got away from James, and it was too personal. That's just me. look, I don't have anything. I have nothing against the bands there. I have nothing against any of the music. I think the music is what makes the show sort of shine to some degree. But you wasted so much time, not in that first performance, but the second performance, where they just literally listen to the intro to the song while they're standing in the audience together. I think that was unnecessary waste of dialogue. It was like 4 minutes of the episode.
And if they were going to get all these bands, they could have gotten Halloween.
Exactly. Yes. Right. I mean, look, there's other things I wanted from it, so that's why it's on my list. My last one is a series finale from 2020, and I put this on my list because they wanted to set up something else, and they spent a lot of time in the back half of the season trying to set up something else.
Oh, I know where you're going.
I thought about it on mine too.
An episode called Fade Out from Arrow.
Yeah.
The flagship show in the Arrowverse. Their last episode
It's a lot of CW shows.
didn't really give a proper resolution for Oliver Queen's legacy.
Actually, liked Arrow's finale.
You did? I didn't like it at all. Some character death and cameos felt underused. The finale attempted to wrap up multiple storylines. I thought it was overcrowded, messy. I feel like trying to set up Mia in that show took up so much time of the back half of that season, because the first half of that season is genius.
Last 2 seasons.
Yeah, but the first 4 episodes of the final season are some of the best episodes of Arrow we ever got.
I'd say the whole time loop episode with him and Quentin is one of the best that we got too.
I just feel like they dropped the ball in the back half, and they didn't have to because the show never happened.
Yeah.
So it was a waste. It was a big waste of time, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it didn't have its faults.
Yeah,
but I still thought it was a solid conclusion overall. And honestly, they should have just left the whole John Diggle thing there, and then just let our imagination.
With the Green Lantern stuff.
They should have just left it there and then let our imagination do the rest if they weren't going to follow up on anything.
Yeah, so that's my list. X-Files could have gone on my list for sure.
I'll say this though, that finale had a fantastic fight sequence in the flashbacks.
Ooh, Joe says here, Three's Company and Facts of Life. Yeah. Yep. Black Lightning series finale wasn't good, but the only reason it wasn't on my list is because I feel like a lot of that was real life drama behind the scenes.
That whole final season was drama.
Yeah, I don't even know how to judge it, because there's a lot of rumors about some abuse going on and like people crossing lines on set and stuff. I was like, I don't even want to talk about this because I don't know. I don't want to get into it. But yeah, the last episode of Black Lightning was very weird. So wait, so DJ Eric said the same thing as Campy, a good first 4 episodes, then shut the bed. Yeah, the first 4, go back if you haven't watched it in a while, go back and watch the first 4 episodes of Arrow season 8. It is some of the best Arrow there is. Period.
So I'd say that middle bit, like, you know, episodes like 4 and 5, I'd say that's the low point of season 8, and after that it picks back up.
I still don't love season 8 of Arrow. It's down there for me.
Doesn't he get killed off?
Didn't.
Like
he gets killed for the crossover in the final crossover of the season.
Yeah, he dies in what? Supergirl?
Yeah.
There's several episodes. Like there's several episodes where he's dead, right?
No,
he stays dead. He's dead.
Well, I know, but my point is, like, it's the show isn't over.
No,
so the back half of his own series is dead.
No,
they're setting up the Mia Queen storyline. Yeah, there's a whole episode about setting up Mia Queen.
Right, but then there's only like after he actually dies in Crisis, like dies. You have the backdoor pilot episode and then the series finale, and that's it.
Yeah,
right, but he's dead. He's dead before his show ends.
So I get that.
Yeah,
but like Darren is saying, dead. But there's also like, okay, I can kind of appreciate what they did in Supergirl because like you knew he was dying, but not that early. So that part was the shock value. But that's also, if you read the original Crisis comic, and I know this isn't the same, character, but the Earth 2 Green Arrow did die in that exact same way fighting the Shadow Demons. So they paid around to that comic, but also we're going to go through the whole thing of him being the Spectre, and that wasn't in the Flash episode where that happened.
So the Flash Supergirl stuff where Oliver Queen is basically getting killed off or whatever. The whole point is you kill off the lead character of a show on another show.
Yeah.
So if you want to see how his story ends legitimately, you have to watch another series. That's really weird.
Right.
Well,
Well,
why
like,
not? He got married on another series too.
That wedding got interrupted as well.
We don't bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but
Chris and Barry were like, "Hey, we're here too."
but yeah,
What are you
like
doing?
you see, like his actual what you thought was his final death scene in the Arrow episode of Crisis, which I thought was solid enough. But no, I don't know. I liked how that final episode was, you know, and granted, even though he was already dead, the series finale was still about him. Like it was still about Oliver.
I'm not arguing that. I'm saying like the emotional weight of losing a lead character outside of his own show is really fucking weird.
I hear that, and you know, I'd also don't love that they brought back all the dead characters.
I also that's a big problem.
I agree with that too. I don't disagree with that.
I don't. So the two things about that finale that I don't like are the fact of them bringing back all the dead characters, and then the actual final scene I don't really like either.
Yeah,
you bring back people like Tommy and Mira makes
and
no sense.
and Quentin, like bringing
Like,
them back
Oliver,
just doesn't make sense.
Then it's like a time paradox.
Well, let's be clear here. He could have brought everyone back.
No,
he does have the power to do that.
Right. Well, he even says that bringing back his dad would have done too much to alter reality.
But
it wouldn't
Tommy should have too.
That's an excuse. That doesn't make any sense.
I know. Like Tommy should have had the same effect because he's what, like his death stopped. It made Oliver stop killing.
Right. Like if you're gonna hold that for his dad and the whole boat scene, you have to do the same thing for Tommy.
No, I agree. I agree. It's really floaty the way they did it, and the whole Laurel thing is even more confusing.
More confusing.
And what's funny is Guggenheim said it was going to be clear by that point. It was not at all.
No, the biggest. We're going to move on after this, but I think the biggest issue, the biggest mistake they ever made on the Arrow series as a series was killing off Laurel Lance. But the bonus for that is we got a better version of that character because of that. When they should have just done that version in the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
And also, there's a bit of like, he kind of helped his friends out. He could have been like, "Oh, hey Barry, here's Henry Allen. Have fun." That wouldn't have changed the timeline that crazy much. Not appeared to Tommy.
Well,
not appeared to the Mira.
If Barry wouldn't have lost his dad when he did, he probably wouldn't have gone back and done Flashpoint. So that probably.
And Flashpoint screwed up a bunch of other stuff too. So
yeah.
But did Flashpoint even still happen in this?
Yeah, we don't know. Who knows?
Well, yeah, because Oliver put the other kid back, so who knows what else he fixed?
Does that mean that Firestorm never split up because they never had to go to Earth X and
also,
he never got killed off?
Out of all the Harrison Wellses and not being Harry and Jesse, that makes no sense to me. Why do you bring back Nash?
Yeah, and you kill those two off screen on an episode of Arrow? It's like, okay.
Oliver knows HR pretty well at this point.
Yeah.
Like they were friends.
All right, we got 2 super chats here. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, that's what I meant, Harry.
Yeah.
Stagger with the 49 super chat. The Veronica Mars series finale from the additional 4th season was on Hulu was a little unsettling for me. I haven't seen that one.
Okay. Can you pull up Ethan's comment?
Yeah. Before we do that, though, did anybody see the Veronica Mars finale from Hulu? I never saw it.
No,
I did not.
Nope.
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
I've heard of it.
Now I'm gonna bookmark this mentally, and when I do get to that point, I'll let you know what I think about it. Ethan says, "Got to be so confusing people binging on the series on Netflix."
So that's exactly what happened with my brother because he only watched Arrow. So every time it got to a crossover, I had to pause. I had to sit down for 15-20 minutes and explain everything that was happening,
or skip the episode completely.
True, but it was hard to do that because you skip the Earth X stuff, you miss the fact that they're married, and the next Arrow episode literally opens with their reception. And it got more and more complex to do that each time. And when it got to Crisis, I was even telling this to Darren, when it gets to Infinite Earths, imagine going into Avengers Endgame having only watched the Captain America movies. That's what this was like.
No, absolutely. But this was even worse because it interrupts the seasons of the show.
But you know what? When you buy one of those seasons on Blu-ray, let's say you bought a season of Arrow on Blu-ray, they would give you a disc with all the crossover episodes. So even though you didn't buy Supergirl and
Not
The
typically.
Flash, you had the crossover episodes because they would put them on the Blu-ray.
Well, did they?
They did.
They put them on separate things.
Exactly. But they came in there. So I was like, what you should be doing, and I think they did this with the Bionic Woman and the $6 Million Man because they had crossover episodes.
Yeah.
You should be taking those episodes and adding them to each series. So like if you're binging on Netflix,
Yeah.
all
That'd be
the
nice.
Flash episode, the Supergirl episode, they should be included under Arrow in order, in proper order.
Well,
You should do that for each series so
here's
people
the
watching.
issue as you get later on. Sometimes they're not all on the same streaming service. They fell into this with Batwoman, where like
Batwoman's on Tubi.
But
at the time it
but
was
it's on
HBO Max, where like my friend, he's like, well, I can't watch Crisis because I don't have HBO Max, but I have Netflix. I was like, sorry, bud, I don't know what to tell you. Like you have to get HBO Max. Like
that was a task.
Let me tell you this: Mark Guggenheim talked about it a lot. The monumental task of making those crossovers happen was so massive, but they were basically filming movies on a shoestring budget. That's what they were doing.
Yeah.
You know.
And maybe this is my unpopular opinion. I think this was the best one they did.
I don't have a problem with that one. I think most of the crossovers were better stories than anything we got in the DCEU, in my opinion.
Yeah, it just, and I kind of had to put this like in the back of my mind at a certain point, but putting all those characters that made it feel so much less like a Justice League. Essentially, you just have normal McRoy there with a heat gun. You got fucking what's her name? The character that's like supposed to be Black Adam's wife in the comics, but
Isis?
it's not. But no, she's Zari. Thank you.
Zari, yeah.
Yeah, that's essentially who that character is.
Yeah.
None of that ever gets explored, which you knew it wouldn't. But a lot of those characters just made it feel a lot less, again, like a Justice League. And that was one of the things I really liked about Elseworlds, is that it was a little bit smaller and scaled down, but you still felt stakes. But I mean, in terms of heroes, it was Green Arrow, Flash, Superman, Supergirl, Batwoman for part of it, and then Martian Manhunter for
Lois Lane.
again for Lois too. But like it was more focused, I guess is the word.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap this up. We're at the 3-hour mark. Lone Wolf with the $5 super chat. What are you gonna say, Darren?
Oh, just waving.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
$5 super chat. House, his fifth one is House. Good performance, just bad how they got there. 4 is Quantum Leap. I forgot about Quantum Leap.
Oof.
3 is the 100. Umbrella Academy is number 2. Shameless and is number 1, and Teen Titans Cliffhanger.
I almost had Teen Titans there as well. Not because it's a bad episode, but that's how you end the show.
I almost said Spider-Man the Animated Series for that same reason.
I almost put Inhumans on my list, and Humans was almost on there. So
I cannot agree with Quantum Leap. I mean,
really,
because Quantum Leap, first of all, the final episode isn't really a final episode. They did not know they were being canceled. That was a season finale, and then they added the fade to black. Sam Beckett never returned home because they got canceled between seasons.
Right.
And they found out, oh, this is our final episode. But I think when you take that into account, like what happened there, I can't fault them for that.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf, I would agree with that, but that last scene really brings that down.
We don't talk about that scene.
That last scene really brings it down.
All right.
We just forget about that scene.
All right. Well, let's see what we got. Let's see which one got picked in the list. This was a pretty rough one because it had a lot of really close calls. With barely we got a tie. We got a tie, everyone. Both? Yeah, we do both if there's a tie. So it's 29% is the tie. Well, this was really close. 29, 29, 26. They were very close. Movie soundtrack 16%. I'm gonna give up on that one. Nobody wants to do movie soundtrack. All right. So first up, we have best sidekicks in comic books, movies, or TVs, shows, whatever. I couldn't fit it all on there, but it's best sidekicks in comic book properties, whether it be cartoons, movies, TV shows, any of those. Tied with women in comics. So we're talking about characters in the comics. So let's see.
Huh.
Women in comics, Ethan, would be like Wonder Woman, Storm, Jessica Cruz, people like that.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and put that in here. All right. Women in comics.
To answer Jay's question, while you're doing that, they asked if is Doctor Who coming back. If not, I want to say that finale. The BBC said even if Disney does not pick them up, they are going to keep going with it. So it is not the final.
You have to watch it on BBC instead of Disney if they.
Yeah. It will have less of a budget and less resources, but they will be back even if Disney fucks them.
They were doing good stuff before Disney got them anyway. So
I am so upset that Nakuti Gatwa left. I mean,
I know he needed at least one more season.
He is my of all of the modern day doctors. He's my second favorite after David Tennant.
I don't disagree, and I'm not fully caught up yet, but I love Shooty a lot.
I stopped watching after Matt Smith.
I'm on Matt Smith right now, and I like him a lot, and his stories are better. But Shooty's my favorite personality for a doctor so far. Outside of
everyone beat up on the Jodie Whittaker years. I'm a firm believer that the show fell apart under Matt Smith. Not the complete. Early on, Matt Smith was great. I think when Clara shows up in the Matt Smith run, straight through Jodie Whittaker is where that show went off the rails.
I haven't met Clara yet, so I'll be there.
You're lucky.
I think the single best episode was the Weeping Angels one in Tennant's era.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good one.
My other cat now, the bigger one.
Oddly enough, mine just came down too. What are you doing, Sylvie?
Yeah, thankfully, the dog's just asleep.
Where do you want to go? You're putting your butt in the camera. I don't think the camera wants to see your butt.
Cat's got bills to pay, I guess.
Oh my god, it's your stars. I was looking at the side of the screen, and I'm like, what are those little dots that are running by me? And I'm looking on the floor.
Saying hi to the camera, Aegon.
Twerking kitty, yes, Chris.
Yeah. Only pause. Anyway, all right. I want to thank everybody.
Just thought of something really bad.
Oh my god! I want to thank everybody for being here, hanging out. We had early on. Whoops. Where are you going,
Eric? You remember that song that you brought up at the start of the stream?
Yeah.
Work this. Yeah. Well.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. That's funny. Look, there's Joe's cat on the back of the chair there.
This is Sylvie.
Hey.
I'm not waking the dog up.
Mine's not in here. Damn it.
Because then they're
your dog's usually snoring, Darren. So it's
I'm not waking them up because then they'll want to go out.
All right, we got a super chat while we were wrapping things up from Lone Wolf, $2. Jake, Darren, if we got Red X versus Slade episode,
sure.
Yeah.
I would like more.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Why not?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. You being good? Where's your
know. Darren, I don't know what your thoughts on this are, but I think the best episode of because they were talking about Teen Titans a little bit ago. I think the best episode we ever got out of that was Haunted.
Yes, I agree. That's a masterpiece.
I was not a fan of the Teen Titans cartoon.
Oh.
Like Teen Titans Go?
I love Teen Titans Go, but I didn't like the original.
Who saw that coming?
It's you know what it is? I don't like anime, and it felt too anime to me. I know it's technically not anime, but it felt like anime. The character designs.
What sort of anime are you watching?
I mean, they looked very anime. Those guys.
I get what you are. It's that style. It takes a bit to get into.
Yeah.
But I think once you do, it's worth a watch because there's some really good stories in that show.
Young Justice is better.
I agree with that.
Oh, first 2 seasons of Young Justice is probably some of some of, if not the best superhero show, like TV of all time. Like it is almost unmatched to me.
Yeah, and then they fucked around.
I never finished it. I never finished that final season.
I watched all of it. It's a little rough in the second to last season, but
and I got excited when they were doing the Outsiders stuff. But then,
3 is rough. Yeah,
3 is rough for sure. All right. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for being here. Make sure you guys go and check out every channel that has been on the panel tonight. Crazy Joe's Concession Stand, who streams on Tuesdays. We had a lot of fun this last week, chit-chatting. Darren from the Pipeline Podcast, After Credits, and Work This Pussy Podcast. Definitely.
I just put out a really good It episide today. So
Yeah.
I'm working this pussy right now.
No.
And then we have Joypad Jake up there for Jake's Lost Levels, Sundays at 7:00. Even though Lance says nobody watches it, when you got up and walked away, he said nobody watches your stream. So
I heard him.
So fuck Lance, by the way, as always.
I mean, he can never get the name of my stream right. So.
Oh really?
He always fucks it up.
Damn. Anyway, so we're out of here, everyone. Have a great night, and I will see everyone on Monday. I had to think about what night it was. Bye.